Hello there! Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Hi! Oh, I'm excited to start the event. I ate some Pizza Hut after work. Got my little bro a birthday present. I'm like, here you go, have some pizza. Have pizza and breadsticks. I made supplement breadsticks and wings though. Heh. It was yummy. Tummy happy. Oh my goodness, I'm so sore from work today. It's okay though. I'm sore and itchy, but whatever. I get to go to AX next week, so woohoo! I'll put up with the pain. I can suffer for a bit longer. All the suffering will be worth it in the end. But I'm gonna make sure I finish this event before I go on vacation, of course. Gotta do the thing, after all. The Medjehtiqedti round. So nice! I love that! I'm happy to finally add in corposant. Now I can experience peak. Yay for peak. This is interesting looking. I can wait to see more of this mural. I can see them running with food. Food and drink. Now for crossing the flowing river. The river brings back memories from home and surprise visitors. Very fancy. Oh man, though I gotta make a battle plan for AX. There's so many things I want to touch. And so, Kyocera, the singer of epics, the gentlest hero of Agamemnon, hung her harp upon the branches of the laurel tree. Hello, hello. Its body made from the tallest firs atop Mount Himnoi, its strings made from the bravest burden beasts that roamed the Agnes plains. When it played, all things in the land of heroes sang together, riding upon the winds in freedom. Now, Kyocera hangs her harp by the laurels. The Outlanders have come from afar, said Kyocera, clutching her knife tightly. Oh, she's a knife. They trample our lands, set fire to our homes, and let the rivers cease their peaceful flow. And they command all things to sing for them. This alone wrenches my heart. My harp sings only for the tales of the heroes. Kyocera. Ooh, now we're in the forest. My first day is gonna be going around a bunch of industry booths. Excited voice. While there's no specific mention in the records, historians generally agree that Padishah Maya, most favorite Athenius out of the 3 great nomadic cities that Sargon built for Minos. Sargonian and Minoan engineers took great pains to persevere its signature feature as a mountain-rimmed garden when it was moved to a nomadic platform. Today, you will see the same mountains and rivers as Kyocera once did, upon entering Athenius through the mountain pass that the Padishah Maya made it a point to preserve. This is a route that I highly recommend my readers. Oh, shut up! Just look at where your stupid book has led us. And this big heavy piece of stupid crap we have to carry, just the 2 of us. Wow, Mio. Take it easy, calm down, no hitting! Like it wasn't hard enough after walking for days on end. You wanna talk, girl? Why did you decide on a whim to travel separately from the group? I'll be lying in the Athenian flower fields and drinking floral liqueur by now if it wasn't for you. It wasn't on a whim. I told you, my father used to tell stories about a place called Minos on the other side of the Agnes River. Stories that left a deep impression on me. And I told you it was an invaluable opportunity for diplomacy with Minos. I wanted to go to Athenius via Kyocera's old route and experience history. You didn't have to experience history with this thing. It's gotta be what, or 50 kilos? And just the 2 of us to carry it? Are you trying to experience the Yanese idiom where you bear a bundle of logs to beg forgiveness? It's a bundle of thorns. The Yanese wouldn't appreciate you rewriting their idioms. That's not the point. Have you got anything in that skull of yours besides history books? Alright, no hitting. I wasn't comfortable letting someone else handle it. This is the most valuable item in the Varja Bandabad Museum's collection, an important relic to both Sargon and Minos. We came all this way to give it back to the Minoans, to build a new era of friendship between the two nations, so you haven't forgotten your mission. Yay! Clap, clap. You are lost. You are late. And you have missed your appointment with the Astronomos of Athenias. Medjehtiqedti Nasutu Asheyer. Well, the rest of the mission should be in the city by now. Using the normal route, I'm sure Benui will explain to the Astronomos. Benui? The noble who thinks his scat smells like roses? Ew! Are you just acting dumb? Are you actually that dumb? Do you see that look on his face when he learned he was gonna be your assistant in the mission? It's like he's stolen 50 carats, or it's like he's stolen 50 carts of pure gold from him. No, Benui is a very nice man. Taking on such an important mission so soon after he became the curator of Barja Bandabad Museum made me... Anyway, Benui helped a lot on this journey. Fine, suit yourself. I'm just tagging along as a tourist. Let's get going before we collapse from exhaustion. Yes. See? We're almost there. Look. I've gave the banner like maybe 6 or 7 pulls so far. I got rock. I do want to try until I get a 6-star. Wow. I've read a lot about Athenias, but to actually find myself here... Yo, look at the marble. So pretty. I want to touch it. This is Athenias, the capital of Minos. This is gonna be fun. Imagine going to the place you like for business. Hey, as long as you get the work done, that means you can explore afterwards. Hello. Work was okay today. I'm itchy and sore, but it's fine. It's exercise, I guess. So, gosh darn it. My mosquito spray wasn't working that good. I kept on getting bitten still. My blood was too delicious. I see fields of flowers, floral liqueur, and flower cakes. We're saved! Ooh, I want to try a flower cake. Minos, around 1,000 poles, separated from Sargon by a river. Here is Athenias, the first polis, the mountain-rimmed garden. As a city that TT has only ever known through historical records reveals itself, she leaves eyes on a scene very different from the sands of Sargon. White walls, green fields, rivers weaving their way through mountains. Strange temples unabashedly announce themselves on the mountain tops. And beside the rivers, if heroic epics are the rain that nourishes Minos, then these temples are the mushrooms that grow afterwards. No wonder this land has birthed so many famous plays, philosophers, stories, and legends, which not even the sands could bury. Hey, why are you pushing me? I haven't even caught my breath yet. Did you try for TT? For days, TT has been placating her beast aristocrat companion, trying to wear a mask of calm for this journey. Now though, she's even more eager than Mio to get into the city. You see this ferry crossing down there? We're not truly in the city until we cross over. Free now. Ooh, misty. Should I help? The river is freezing. I see the ice floating on it, but all you have is an oar. Ice? Oh, you're gonna skip? Hello, ferryman.
Just sit tight. Itacos.
My luggage is not heavy. I can walk on my own.
Let me ferry you for a little bit. There's little else I can do for you. It's been 2 years since you experienced divine revelation since our meeting. You taught us the knowledge you brought from the cities, built a village on the marsh that the Sargonians wouldn't bother with, warming the paddy fields and fending off the cold.
I know Cyberpunk Edgerunners exist, but I never watched it yet.
We lived together. We were family.
I know they're gonna be at AX this year. Oh yeah, speaking of AX, it's gonna be so funny going to the Arknights booth. I love how one of the freebies requires you to show your account and you have to be max level to get it. I'm the correct level so I can get my freebie, but oh my goodness, it's so funny. I love it. For the past 2 years, I've been trying to figure out why the Divine Revelation led me here. Now I understand. The Sargonians will appear on the riverbanks nearby. I can reach the place quickly by following this river out of the marshes.
I see.
Do you believe that the gorillas can defeat the Sargonians? Even though we've been losing for a century? Nods. And you know, let me show you. Let me look at the freebie real quick. I love it. I have it as my list as one of the places I want to hit first. I also want to buy some merch. I gotta buy that one Thorns plushie, the one that's wearing the urchin outfit. Because it's just so cute. Like, I need him. He's precious. He's adorable. I will not resist getting the thorns. If I say no to getting thorns, then there's something wrong with me. Also, I'm hoping that I'll get a thorns freebie. I'm gonna trade people. So, campaign 1 is we're posting the Arknights announcement with hashtags to get a laser ticket. Which is nice too, of course. Follow any Arknights social media account to get a fan plus a postcard, which is nice. And now, to be level 120, you gotta show your game level 120, and then you can get an Arknights character pin. So it'll be Mostima, Apple Pie, Amiya, or Thorns. I want Thorns the most. They're all good, but if I can get my boy Thorns, I'm gonna get my boy Thorns. He's my goal. For all of them. Actually, if I can get one of each for everyone for the freebies, that'd be nice. I'm just gonna cross my fingers and trade with people. We'll see what happens. Nods.
I haven't received any divine revelations, and I can't tell the future. I can't even leave with you. But I will promise what I can. I'll protect your village, our houses, our farms and flower beds. Perhaps we can go to Athenius, where you came from once you're victorious. I'll still be a ferryman, ferrying you to your workplace at the temple at the other side of the city as the sun shines upon the Delphi Canal. I've been imagining the scene ever since you described it to me. Are you listening, Ithakos?
GFL2's been fun. I'm just sad they're not gonna be at eggs this year, as far as I can see. Last year, I should have just stood in the sun and got myself a Mr. Pizza. That is my one regret, and now I know. Just don't regret. Just get what you want, self. Don't be like, I'll get it next time. There ain't gonna be a next time, potentially. Hard lesson. Minos is in for a cold winter this year, brother.
Rose furiously.
Row, row, row your boat. Thank you, ferryman. Ooh, brightness! I love how colorful he is and also super duper buff. The ferryman shakes his head. What was his response to Ithakos? For many years, he still could not remember. There you are, Mr. Xanthos. You're 10 minutes late.
I've never been late before. Lycaon, this is the first time.
Oh, hello, Lycaon. You're pretty too. I love the hair. And heck, the hair accessories are cute too. So majestic, I mean. Wait, that bird. Oh my goodness, look at that little bird. I want to pet the bird.
I saw your kite by the shore. I thought you might have dropped it yesterday when you left. Or a thief might have stolen it, only for you to decide it was too old and ragged to keep. Little could I have imagined that you had gone for a morning swim. Out of habit, I folded and stowed your kite on. You cannot reproach me for it, for you had not informed me of your schedule. It is I who should reproach you. The doctor has warned you to be careful. Thank you, Lycaon. Over the years, I've taught you how to fight and ferry, and you've handled my daily needs wholeheartedly. I am not reproaching you. I simply have to leave early today, so tardiness weighs heavily in my mind.
Lycaon is legit beautiful.
You're changing the topic again. Wait, are you going to the cemetery to visit? Ithakos, my friend. He was only your age when we bid farewell. I never saw him again. I should say some words of comfort, but I find them beyond my ability. You should stay within your abilities. It's really your place to go beyond them. The fruit farmers and workers at the first temple have been in conflict over boat assignments for days. They're asking the dockmaster, me, to arbitrate. This is what we should be putting our minds to. Let's go to the main crossing. It'll be a busy day. One moment, Master Xanthos. The Asinomos requests your presence at a secondary crossing today to repair the boats that have been broken down. Noted Athenius uses the word priority more than Lydia. What else did she say? Nothing. Is a Sargonian mission due to arrive today? I think so. Humph. Should I be grateful or angry that Lydia still remembers me? She should pull all the teeth out of my oars, or simply throw me in jail so that I never get the chance to meet the Sargonian envoys coming to visit their old stomping grounds.
Excuse me, can we get a ride across? Too many people at the other crossings. We'll be late. Yes ride, no ride? Oh, hello, dignified woman. I love the top. That blue is so pretty. What a nice suit. You said your ambassador has been delayed by certain circumstances? Pompous noble.
I mean, no offense, as that is precisely the case. I beg your understanding, Asinomos. The Minoan vistas are beautiful. While their excellency is young and curious, she is bound to commit some youthful indiscretions. I say again, as deputy chief of mission, and as the man invested in the titles of the ancient and exalted Targonian house of Enchipa, I'm equally empowered to act on the Empire's behalf.
Of course, I have the utmost confidence in you, Kyrios Benui. And yeah, Xanthos is definitely feeling on edge about stuff. Then again, he did mention his friend, how he passed away, so oof.
When do the Athenians intend to hold the ceremony then?
What ceremony? Also, what the heck do they use in their hair here in Minos? Hello, hello. And yes, I chose the name Nobunaga because of Oda Nobunaga. Man, Minos must have like the best hair stuff. Cause look at how pretty Lydia's hair is too. My gosh darn it. All the silky hair here. What ceremony?
The exchange ceremony. Our two nations formally established diplomatic relations at the beginning of this year. As part of our cultural exchange, we're repatriating our relics of Caracera, the founding hero of Minos, to Athenius. In exchange, we'll receive the technical legacy that the Sargonians left behind during the construction of Athenius, Perinia, and Lacedaemon. Surely, you have not forgotten, honored Asinomos?
Of course not, Your Excellency. We stand now in this Asinomos office instead of elsewhere because of the non-aggression pact that was signed following the last major battle between our two nations in the Minoan borderlands.
Humph.
Sorry, I've been rather overworked lately. I'm sure you saw the vast construction sites and passionate craftsmen that he's passed by the agora by the river when you entered the city.
Yes.
It's the rebuilding of the first temple. One in five Athenians are involved in the project.
The first temple?
As you said yourself, Caracera is the founding hero of Minos. Perhaps you've heard of her deeds. At the very beginning, she led refugees from scattered tribes out of war and plague and brought them to a garden encircled by mountains. Those who followed Caracera built the first temple of Minos here, and thus began the bloodline of heroes. After that came Athenius, the land of 1,000 poles. That first temple was lost to the fire of war. Now, it is being rebuilt by the people of Athenius themselves. I'm sure the significance is not lost on you.
I understand.
To obtain the stone needed to rebuild the temple, however, we've kept Athenius by Mount Himnoi for an entire week. And it's apple season. Fresh apples need to be ferried out through the crossings, while unripe fruits need plenty of sunlight. The quality of the apples will be compromised if the city does not move to an area with more sunlight soon. I'm sure you saw the fruit farmers gathered at the crossing.
Yes, I did.
I want to try the apple. The people need to commemorate their heroes. The farmers need to ensure that the harvest is not ruined. You understand that? You understand that Asinomos does not have all that much power in the Minoan administrative system. I need the priest's approval for everything. I confess that I'm rather overwhelmed right now.
Perhaps looking for excuses has eaten up too much of your time.
Your Excellency misunderstands. I'm of the younger generation myself. At a time when all the central power is actively seeking change, I believe smaller nations like ours must keep up with the times. The exchange of Karasera's relics for the data from the 3 poles has been at least 6 months in the making. It is an honor to play a small part in facilitating the new friendship between Sargon and Minos after years of conflict. Hopefully this friendship lasts. Since sheesh.
We'll see about that.
What do you mean we'll see about that, Baily? I suggest you and your mission take some time to see the city. The Athenian sites are spectacular, and I'm sure you'll find it well worth your time. Perhaps you could even visit the site of the first temples you're building. After all, it's Karasera's relics that you are returning. Maybe this was ordained by fate. Minoans love drama and philosophy. We enjoy the rigor of preparation and logical deduction, but we also hope for pleasant surprises. As for the exchange, we will hold a formal ceremony in a couple of days. By Minoan tradition, ceremonial occasions begin with the play directed by the priests, imploring the heroes to bless the occasion and ensure that everything goes smoothly. However, Athenius created the post of Asinomos 2 years ago to reduce the burden on the priests and simplify procedures. Therefore, I already assigned someone to begin preparations. My trusty aide and Grammatos here will make comprehensive arrangements for you during your stay. Seek him out if you have any issues. Nicodemus! I love your outfit, Hecademos. Perfect for the summertime.
Here. Hecademos, nobody of Minos, the blaring megaphone at your service. During working hours.
During working hours only.
I have no use for some pretty boy.
Baily, what the heck? Oh, wow. He's too pretty. I don't want him. Give me someone else. Freaking Baily. I love it. His interesting fashion. Look at all his watches. He can tell the time forever. He'll always be on time. He'll never be late.
I mean, it's been a long journey, and I'm tired. I'll wait at the hotel until the arrangements for the exchange ceremony are made.
Come on, Baily.
As for visiting the first temple in your building site, I'll leave the opportunity to Her Excellency the Ambassador.
Ooh, hello, and thank you for the gifts. Aw, yeah. We're the gotcha luck.
She is a musologist, full of energy. I'm sure she'll be very interested.
I see. I'll have Hecademos speak to the ambassador, Medjehtiqedti, directly.
I look forward to what pleasant surprise you have to offer, Asinomos. But I hope I don't learn that you are stalling for time or hiding some ulterior motive.
I could say the same to you, curious Baily. Look out the window. The morning mist on the Delphi Canal is just beginning to dissipate. This peace wasn't easy to win. I hope we can all be honest with each other. What a shame that I didn't have the opportunity to see Kyria Lashire today. Young and promising, yet mercurial. What is she like? She would have gotten along way better with Titi. Baily's being a crotchety old man right now. The evening time's pretty good. I ate some Pizza Hut before this. Got some wings, buffalo burning hot wings. If only they added more sauce. Like, Baily's too stuck up. Like, he's being rude. He's being very, very rude. Like what? You're gonna send a pretty boy to be my attendant? Ew, disgusting! No, I'm just gonna go back to my room. Tell me when the thing is gonna happen. Like, wow, dude. She was offering you a tour of the city, and you said no. I'd want to go on a tour. I want to see stuff, especially the first temple being built. Like, that'd be fun. I'm into that kind of thing. Ugh. Oh, please. You've only just put one foot on the boat. Look at you. It's tipping. It's a boat. It's supposed to do that. Didn't you say you signed up for the yacht club when you studied in Max DC? I was too busy with my studies. Most of my time was spent either in the restoration room or at archaeological sites. I only ended up going there twice.
So you're from Colombia. I thought by your garb that you were Master Xanthos. What? She's boat sick. A rare occurrence.
I'm not. My legs are just tired from all the walking and buckled a little.
What do we do? Take the luggage onto the boat. I'll go and get something. Take her into the cabin. The waves are not as strong today. And the boat should sail steady. The Delphi Canal treats those with good intentions kindly. We'll go to the main crossing once we've delivered her to see that Sargonian ambassador. Can't let that Asinomos. Heads up. Go to waste, can we? I'll come with you, Master Xanthos. I must keep an eye on you. Bring the passenger's luggage first.
They weren't listening to me. You're missing the point. They've got a vendetta against you. It's not too late to switch your nationality to Colombian. Don't. Please be careful. This is very important. Hey, you. Forget it. Let's get on that boat. This will be an interesting boat ride.
It's really heavy. What is it?
It's movie figurines from Rankwood. They're planning to sell here. We even got ones from the latest hit, Lady DuPont. Lady DuPont! Yay! Wow, what a throwback.
But there are no cinemas in Athenius.
That's the point. You want to sell shoes. You do it in a country where everybody is barefoot. Did you say the Delphi Canal will treat those with good intentions kindly, Master Ferryman? Nods.
The source of the Delphi River is on Mount Himnoi, flowing through the plains between the Minoan Mountains past the former sites of Athenius and Cornea from before they became nomadic cities. It helped our warriors fend off the iron hooves of the Sargonian raiders. It has been turned into a canal now, but it continues to nurture singers and debaters, and the culture of Minos. Yes, the Delphi Canal will treat those with good intentions kindly, except Sargonians.
Perhaps there's Sargonians who understand and love Minoan culture.
The last Sargonian who introduced herself with those words was a sister of the Shansha, Maya, queen of the far shore. She burned every Minoan city but the three polis to the ground, closed the temples, banned the plays, imported Sargonians, and assimilated Minoan culture in every way possible.
Oof!
She brought the darkest age upon our country. She showed her understanding and love by bleeding the heroic blood of the Minoans dry. Is this ambassador from far away another shameless noble who seeks to be the next queen of the far shore by trampling Minos underfoot?
Listen. Hey, is it tipping? Is it tipping again? 40 pulls and fell together. Oh no! Oh, look, she's seasick. Ugh. Whoa, eek. Ugh. Help! Ah.
Never mind all that. Have an apple. It'll settle your stomach. So you'd gone to get an apple.
Thanks.
Keep your eyes closed and don't look at the water. You'll feel better that way.
I'll be fine. I want to see it. Leaning against the side of the boat, TT forces her eyes open. The sun is hanging high above. The morning mist of the Delphi Canal in autumn has completely dissipated, and the last cool touch of the wind brushes against her cheeks. I know the Blade of Vengeance and decapitation of the Conqueror are core themes of Minoan drama, but I've seen more thought-provoking expressions as well. I will see each and every one clearly with my own eyes. I came to Athenius to...
To what?
Look there. Even though I feel like I'm gonna throw up all my internal organs, I still... This river and the city, they're so beautiful. I think I'll love this place.
I wanted to hear you say as much.
It is pretty. I'm glad I've never felt seasickness like that. Then again, I think I've only been on a boat maybe like twice.
We're here. I wish you a joyful and safe trip to Minos.
Though, one of the times I faked getting seasick just because I wanted to eat the stuff. I wanted to eat the ginger that they were giving to people who are seasick. Like, I want to eat. No, I cannot. Well, I'm feeling sick. May I please have one to settle my tummy? I enjoyed it. It was yummy. When in Minos do as the Minoans do. Okay, I'll do that. You have motion sickness in a car, but not in a boat. Oh, you've only been in one time. Welcome to Athenias. The city welcomes one and all, no matter where you hail from. Minoans of theater can often be found reenacting heroic epics on the streets. Their passion may run a little hot, but you're always welcome to join in the fun. Prepare to be immersed. Do I have to join in too? Do the thing. Oh gosh, it's a big jug of water. I don't know what to do. I seem to need more SP to cast my skill too. Maybe you're too reserved since you're still a stranger to street theater. Well, try filling these flower founts with water and immerse yourself with a fragrance. The heels activate the waterways and refill the fountain pools. What a splendid design, let me try. Oh, healers are required. Oh, heck yeah. When the water level is over half of the pool's capacity, excess water will flow to adjacent pools with lower water levels. Healing aside, you can also have the apprentice priest fill up the fountain pools. But they're busy enough as it is, so if you wish for the help, you'll have to be smart about it. I feel bad for that person. Yeah, they're busy. I don't want to distract them. I feel bad! It's bonking the apprentice to take their water. Once all connected fountain pools are full, adjacent tiles will be affected by flower fragrance. Units on these tiles will be immersed in the street plays, and the status lasts for a short while even after leaving affected tiles. Enemies in this immersed state will have reduced hit rate and movement speed, and some enemies will suffer extra special effects. Meanwhile, operators in immersed state will gain increased SP recovery, so be sure to enjoy Minoan perfumes and epics together. No wonder why they have such pretty hair. They're immersed with all of the nice things. Extra pretty, extra fancy. I get it, I understand. Oh, let's see how I want to do this. Oh, that's fine. Go this way. Immersed, be immersed. Lots of immersion. All the immersion. How satisfying. Ah, is the stone pillar capital really flying? Oh, I see you fully immersed in Athenias' fragrances. Once the meter in the lower left of the operator is full, illusions will appear and only immersed operators can attack them. Don't worry, they're just mirages. Waver not, and you shall be safe from harm. No worries. All will be well. Schmack. Be healed. Be health. Go get him. Ooh. Wait, wrong area right over here seems good. Actually, return, please.
Mission accomplished.
Everything's gonna smell good, I like that. Off to a great start. Working hours. The temple is nearing completion. The priests are always busy while the morning linger in the old dreams. No fear, let's just go. temple. Depressed man. We're just starting off with a depressed man.
I've been dreaming about the gorillas again, Cassandra.
Hello! Hi, ma'am! Oh my goodness, you're gorgeous! Hi! Can you be summoned? I love her outfit. The goat is beautiful. She has a golden apple too, and her staff is pretty. Hi! Hi! This is the third time you've come to Endymion Temple to ask for a dream reading, Megas. You still dream of that night 7 years ago?
Yes. We hid in the forest on the dark night. The Sagonians surrounded the wood, hunting for us. We could not make a sound, let alone risk a light. We had to disassemble our weapons in pitch darkness. Screws, springs, orgenium components. I tied the parts of my arts unit to my clothes and shoes, disguised as accessories. The fear had me so cold that I did not notice when an orgenium component had cut my palm open. I thought that wet stuff was sweat. When the sun rose, we walked past the Sargonians, disguised as lumberjacks from a nearby village. About a dozen in total. We'd be dead if they saw through our disguise. They sized us up for a moment there. I thought the game was up. In my panic, I tripped over a tree root and plunged into the mud, face first. A Sargonian laughed and rapped on my shoulder with the hilt of his sword, disdainfully. But I was happy. I knew we were safe. I keep dreaming about it. Do you think?
You want to know if it's a divine revelation?
Last year, I saw with my own eyes how the heroes spoke their will through you on the Agora. You're the speaker of the heroes of Minos, and the only priest in Athenius who can tell a divine revelation from a normal dream. If the gods will that I take up arms again, then I will, no matter how much I fear.
Please sit down. Your legs are trembling and your face is pale. The heroes of Minos will not force their children back into the nightmare when they've already seen far too much of the horrors of war.
You mean?
I think you have misinterpreted the revelation. Wisdom and courage shine upon you and your friends in the place of the twin moons who closed their eyes and delivered you to the morn, just as you woke up from the dream to greet the beautiful Athenian dawn. The virtues of the hero should be praised, but the pain that has lingered for 7 years has blinded you to the beautiful fruit that is ripened on the branches of fate. Take it, for it is the hero's blessing upon you.
A blessing? An ordinary Minoan like me?
Our gods and heroes are once ordinary Minoans.
Thank you, Cassandra. I'm beginning to understand.
Hello, Acolyte. What's in that cup? I want to give the Acolyte a head pat. That's probably rude of me. I've come to relieve you, Cassandra. It's already time. So many visitors to the temple today. You have so much on your plate, not just with the visitors to Endymion Temple, but also acting on behalf of the head priest of Karisera's first temple and administrative duties while the position remains vacant. There's no need to worry about me, Folia. It is my calling to interpret revelation and speak on behalf of the gods. So you should know better than I do that the man's dream was mundane, not a divine revelation, to use more Colombian words. He may have post-traumatic stress disorder, I know. Why did you tell him? You imagine the hallways and doors are wide in Minos. True, they must be. The magnificent horns. Divine revelation should be an honor for any Minoan. But there are only shame and fear in his eyes. He wants to receive guidance from the gods, but he fears that the nightmare is truly a revelation that he cannot refuse. If he believes in my interpretation more than he believes in himself, then I have a responsibility to make his life a little easier, if nothing else. I'll prepare some herbal tea with a soothing effect for him and ask a doctor to follow up. You have the afternoon off, don't you? You should stop spending it on the temple and focus on yourself. Thank you, Folia. You take so much weight off my shoulders. That's nice of her. I'm so very sorry, Hecademos. I dozed off as soon as I reached the hotel. I didn't realize I would make you wait for a full 3 hours. Ugh!
There's no need to worry. Kiria Mashire, waiting is a part of the job for the Asinomos Grammateus.
He's like, I'm being paid for this, so it's fine. Easiest 3 hours of my life on the clock.
You still look weak. Are you sure you want to visit the first temple right now? You can rest a little longer.
Yes, I'm sure. If anything will bring me back to full strength right now, it's Hirasera's first temple. I understand the original site of the temple was where Hirasera, the founding hero of Minos, first received divine revelation in the mountains. The first temple that she built there became the genesis of Minos. When Sargon invaded Minos, they rebuilt the 3 great polis as nomadic cities, but Hirasera's war-torn first temple remained where it was. Now, after a century, Athenius is rebuilding this temple, giving me the opportunity to see the historical building in its original form. This is incredibly exciting.
You're surprisingly well versed in Minoan history, and surprisingly honest. Unfortunately, the original plans of the first temple have been lost, and thus cannot be perfectly recreated. However, there's quite a bit of classical tradition in the way that they're building the temple.
What do you mean?
To revive the Minoan spirit, we must emulate the heroes who built Athenius, and build a temple of our own accord. Before the referendum took place, these words by the original proponent moved everyone's hearts, and the vote on rebuilding the temple passed almost unanimously. No engineering blueprint, no staffing. Hirasera's first temple shall be built through the passion of the Minoan people, and the veneration of the heroes that flows in their veins.
Wow, a living example of the Minoan spontaneousness that has driven so much artistic achievement.
Thank you. I hope it's completed soon.
Rebuilding in this classical style. How interesting. The proponent of the rebuilding must have been an ambitious hero beloved by the people.
How can I describe that forte lady?
Why is he taking so much time to think? Do you ask a question that you shouldn't have? Even if I did, I'm sure Hecademos won't mind. He looks so nice after all. Maybe he's choosing his words carefully, with a Minoan love of poetry.
Give me 3 seconds. Kiria Mashire.
Okay.
3, 2, 1. Alright!
You thought of the answer?
No, it's now 5 o'clock and my shift is over.
Hecademos. That is... I love that. I love it so much. He's like, I don't do overtime. Bye, I'm clocking out now. Huh?
I'll answer your question tomorrow when I'm back at work. Enjoy your visit.
He means all business. But we aren't even at the first temple yet.
See those scaffolds? The street is a stone's throw from the main entrance to the temple. I'm sure you can find your own way.
Wait.
Now, if you'll excuse me, I have a drinking engagement with a friend. He'll kill me if I'm late. Goodbye.
I respect that, Hecademos. You know, I was worried that the Asinomos Grammateus would just take me around to see mundane tourist sites, leaving me with nothing to talk about when we get back. You've got a way of smoothing things over for people, you know that. If you ask me, I think the differential-looking blueberry kid just enjoyed a 3-hour break. He did. He really did. It's the easiest shift of my life. Well, no need to complain. There's plenty of time. Let's check out the surrounding area. This is the land of heroes after all. Maybe I'll walk out the door and straight into the heroic epic. I knew it. You came looking for adventure. Rats, I came to you when I left the Grand Bazaar because I wanted a sugar mommy with money. Me, you savage. I wanted a sugar mommy with money. Little did I know you were a troublemaker. Hey, wait for me! I don't blame you, Neo. I like Keon.
Caught you.
Wait, are these two friends? This feels one-sided so far.
Keep your distance. That's no way to treat your old preschool classmate. I remember you were much more passionate back then. Back when we participated in debate competitions at Thurl's temple. Quiet down already, loudmouth. Looks like you know that I came to debate you. Don't worry, if you lose, I'll sing your defeat through the megaphone in standard hexameter. Besides, you're the one who gave me the nickname, Blaring Megaphone. In return, I called you Silver Craftsman, Eloquent Rock, Blaring Megaphone.
What nicknames? Eloquent Rock, Blaring Megaphone.
So glad that the two great Athenian debaters are here. We're saved. Come with me. The apple farmers are making a scene in the temple, saying that the construction workers are delaying the quarrying to ruin this year's harvest by keeping the apples from sunlight. What about Palace? The people may have chosen to build a temple of their own accord, but she was the initial proponent. Why don't you talk to her to resolve your disputes? Palace has been crazy busy lately. No one's seen her since last night. Maybe someone else needed her. When people heard about it, they were all excited to emulate the heroes in building the temple, doing as much or little work as anyone had time for. Who could have thought that things would get so chaotic, even delaying the city's move to sunnier climes? Please, find us a solution through debate, or at least find us a loser. I guess the two of us in a room naturally drive people to think of debate. That's why I said, keep your distance and keep quiet. How was I supposed to know? Just because you're smart doesn't mean you should skip the explanation and go straight to the conclusion. Actually, no, that's not right. I did come to debate you. Everything works out. I'm busy. Always the same excuse after all these years. How on terror did you win that debate championship with such a bland tongue? Thank you. You will muddle your way out of this. For years, you've been running before I can finish the word debate. Don't worry, there's still a competition we haven't settled. Come on, what are you arguing for? The fruit farmers or the temple workers? You know me long enough to know that I don't lie. I'm going to the new Arknights clinic to get medicine. Can you move? What?
It's like, oh shoot, are you sick?
Arknights medicine. Did he pick up some last Wednesday? Is he getting worse? I need to find out.
Hecademo, so nosy.
Hey, don't go! The fruit farmers and our guys are about to come to blows. Who's gonna stop our problem? We can't just pull some random soul off the street.
Look, Mio, so many people here in the temple. Looks like the Athenians are really excited to rebuild it. I feel like joining in myself. Excuse me, sir, are you looking for someone to help? Ah, yes, help. Help with the people fighting right now. The Angie. Novice Acolyte. You know, staying here is fine. No, to stay here. Why not? No fear, no pain. And that way just a guard. Drop the water. Oh, that's kind of nice, actually. Yeah, drop the water. And then more water, please. Extremely fine. Go get him. Okay, over here it's good. Give more water. Bloom. Even more blooming. Yes, got that area down. Okay, this is fine. One more. Give me more water. Okay. More water. It's still fun kind of spawn capping them with that attack. You can't throw a javelin at me. Okay, maybe you can a little bit. Just a little bit. Ow. It's fine. Okay, who's next? More javelin thrower. But joke's on you, I need a distance. Whee! Okay, just former enemies. Not bad. He wonders since Minos and Sargon made a peace treaty. Talos went to Rose Island during the turbulent times, when Sargon invasion was still ongoing in their borders, and Talos was doing her best, earning in places all over Minos to help until she was infected. Imagine she heard the state of Minos right now, and if she went home, or maybe if someone notified it was safe. Yeah, it's been a year since then. So it must be nice coming back after all the homesickness. Fruit farmer rep.
Are you moving or not? No! Are you moving or not? No!
What a passionate debate. I can feel the heroic blood in their voices. But they're not actually saying anything. They're just yelling at the top of their lungs. I don't even know what they're saying.
The dispute over Athenaeus' route has been brewing between the fruit farmers and the temple for ages. The temple builders for ages. Embarrassing, really, to make a random tourist off the street try to solve our dispute. Heck, even I couldn't tell half what they're saying.
You said you wanted to know what they're saying. Stop looking for trouble, TT. This random tourist off the street has an idea. That smug face.
Hey, don't just wander in there. Things get rough.
Let her cook. Ooh, I love this. Arm wrestling contest. That is the best way to solve the debate. The craftsman rep and the militiaman arguing on behalf of the fruit farmers are not budging in the slightest. Their faces red with anger. They fail to notice a pair of pointy black ears poking out from beneath the stone table. The tiny feline girl leaps out and grabs her hands with a grin, bringing them together in a handshake. Caught off guard, the two reps lose their balance and topple onto the stone table, staring at the jolly intruder.
Hey, who brought this girl into the temple? This is no place for children. See, you're so unreasonable, even an outlander is embarrassed. You're a disgrace to Athenaeus. Stop adding fuel to the fire. Listen, girl, it's Minoan business. We don't need some foreigner telling us how to make up.
Who said anything about making up?
What?
The only way to solve a problem is to face it directly. How long do you think the peace would last, even if you made up here and now? Besides, what did Minos do as the Minoans do? The heroic epics and fantastical stories of Minos are full of ancient wisdom. You don't need me to tell you how to solve your problems. They say a mere mention of Hereses, the greatest Minoan warrior, sent enemies fleeing in terror. But he never raised a hand against his fellow Minoans. If someone insulted him, he would challenge him to arm wrestling.
Settle in a contest of strength, eh? Sounds good. Spreads out the sore throat.
I'm not done yet. There's another legend about a silent hero who was once a bold and passionate youth, surrounded by flowers and adoration. As fate would have it, he learned a forbidden secret, knowledge that no one should possess, so he's kept silent for 30 years.
Wait, we know the legend of Hereses, but who's a silent hero? Did you just make him up on the spot?
Oh, it's a Minoan tale that my father used to tell me. It's rather obscure, but it's a really good parable. Anyway, I propose that you follow in his footsteps of ancient Minoans and settle this an arm wrestling match. With one extra condition, you only get to talk if you win, no matter how pissed you might be.
Never heard that rule before.
Are you poor with words or weak of limb?
Enough talk. Let's do it.
Alright. The inaugural First Temple Arm Wrestling Tournament is on. Ready, set, go! I love this. Who won? Well. The militiaman looks lean, but he's got skill, and he takes round one with the big guy loses focus for second.
You...
Oh, I'm surprised. I was expecting the buff arms to win.
Shut it, loser. Shut it. Loser doesn't get to talk. No, new apples can't get out of the way. with all stone piled up in the crossing. The orchards are all in the mountain's shadow, and the apples haven't ripened yet. Don't get any sun. The whole harvest going to the dumps at this rate. 1-0. Round 2.
Hey, all those muscles aren't for nothing. Looks like hauling marble is good exercise.
We can't move the stone until the apples are out of the way. Besides, the building of the first temple was inspired by the Minoan heroes. Who's gonna take responsibility if the work's delayed? You? 1-all. Next.
Hello, hello. Apple harvesting and hauling stone, I see. Minoan's sure fun to watch, but things will get less interesting when they start getting tired. Hey, why do they stop? They realize the arm wrestling isn't about determining a victor, but giving them an opportunity to hear each other out. When you're angry, your ears stop working, and even simple things become complicated, much less long-standing disputes. You're more thoughtful than you look. But how do you solve the core problem now that you've gotten emotion out of the way? Looks like a draw.
Young lady.
Call me TT.
It's not like we screwed the fruit farmers on purpose, TT. We've got a lot of hands in the rebuilding, but they only quarry stone when they please, where they please. I brought 15 tons of marble down the mountain by myself yesterday, and it's still far from enough.
Came here through my escape from the city cover. Ayy.
Look, we understand, but the apples don't care.
Best way to celebrate Sonic. Happy birthday to Sonic. Increasing quarry efficiency while getting enough sun for apples. Why don't we meet in the middle then?
What do you mean?
Just remove the peak that's blocking the sunlight.
Haha, some middle. That's the craziest thing I've ever heard. It's intriguing though.
Out of personal curiosity, I studied the urban planning and natural environment of Athenians on my way here. The peak that's in the way of the sunlight is only a secondary peak with soft soil at the top and large marble layer underneath. It would make an excellent quarry.
You mean we can get sunlight to the orchards by leveling the peak without having to change the city's route? Is that even possible?
The fruit farmers just must join the quarries. Adding more hands is the quickest way to increase efficiency. We'll also need to get the craftsmen scattered across the mountains together. If you can carry 15 tons of marble all day by yourself.
Hello, hello. Then leveling the peak is not impossible. The rebuilding of the temple was a collective decision of the citizens of Athenius. We certainly won't complain if we can solve the sunlight problem at the same time. We'll go talk to the farmers.
Good job, TT. Like, wow. TT is great at her job. Problem solved. No, Vanilla alone? No, 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 no.
All thanks to you, TT.
Don't mention it. It looks amazing, even in its incomplete state. Now, I'm even more curious about the one running this project.
Speaking of which, we still have a problem.
What is it?
The original proponent of the first temple project, Palace, went missing last night.
I love the question marks. It's like, huh?
Our joy was both of us, but now eternal peace is yours alone. The breeze in the mountains of Heria and the rivers of the Agnes plains shall shine in your eyes no more. Neither shall my heart know the tranquility of the night and the leisure of day again. It's been 7 years, Ithakos, my old friend.
The tall warrior places the cyclamen flowers before the white grave marker. His movements are light and gentle, but several white petals still fall upon the ground.
You're late.
I'm simply passing through on my way to a bird and beast ranch with a view.
You can find all the excuses you want, but you know you can't let it go. Neither can I.
You haven't once visited the Endymion Temple in your 5 years in Athenius. The first and last time you came was when you brought Ithakos' bloody chiton.
I don't need the guidance of the heroes.
But you continue to dream the same dream. You blame yourself for sending Ithakos across the river to the battle where he died.
The river runs only in my dreams now, as the Sargonians built a dam upstream. It brought the melting snow from Haria's peaks to my homeland, and it brought him.
Ithakos was one of the few true friends I had. One who was never concerned for who I am or what I can do. Aw, Ithakos sounded good. Oh, Arknights is fun. His family was tormented by the fires of war, and his father lived most of his life as a broken man. But he would not accept the same fate. His eyes were bright and eager when he received divine revelation. Whatever the outcome, he found a friend and brother in you. Did he ever visit you in your dreams, telling you not to mourn him anymore? It's a tower defense gacha game, with lots and lots and lots of story. And beautiful art.
It's your place to interpret dreams, and mine to mourn and remember. I will soothe my rage in my own way.
Also, this game has a lot of fun songs. Lots and lots of good music. The war is over. Sargon has signed a non-aggression pact with us, and this visit by the Sargonian mission is a symbol of our new relationship.
I know that. Lydia made a point to put me in my place. The first Asinomos in Athenian history elected by popular vote, empowered to handle diplomatic matters and certain public issues independent of the council and the priests. She's caused you a fair share of trouble, hasn't she?
Endymion Temple has not been affected yet, but some fringe clerics and the rules of their temples are being marginalized. Besides, Kyocera's first temple is nearing completion. There should be a ceremonial play organized by the priests to call the spirit of Kyocera into the temple and grant Minos her protection. Now, the play is being organized by the Asinomos office. The Asinomos purported to assent when I discussed this matter with her a few days ago, but she was evasive when it came to the program we choose.
To her, the priests and their ceremonies are just props to promote Minoan tourism. Your insistence on using canonized classical drama will only be seen as an act of aggression by the priesthood.
I understand that reform is inevitable, but
some things will not and cannot change. Lydia's little power plays on the administrative side are none of my business, but I won't stand idly by the Sargonian visitors of ill intent.
You already met TT, so it's fine. Okay, but he'd probably bonk the other one, of course. Gosh darn it, old man.
I'm no hero, just an ordinary infected, and I don't need the guidance of divine revelation, but I still dream. If I tell you that I dreamt of a river running red with blood, as Ithakos did 9 years ago, how would you interpret it?
Xanthos.
Excuse me, I work to do at the crossing, and an apprentice waiting for me.
I know, right? The art is gorgeous. I love when games have different artists working on it. Like Arknights and Fake Grand Order. Seeing all the different artists working together is fun.
You're really too kind, TT. Not only did you solve our dispute with the fruit farmers, you're also helping us look for Palace.
It's nothing. Besides, I want to meet the one who came up with the temple project, face to face. This Palace was last seen at the crossing?
Yes. She was sitting on the docks, drinking and muttering in the direction of distant Mount Himnoi. She's helped us with so many things since the rebuilding of the temple began. Although she doesn't hold any position in the Temple of Athenius, and Cassandra from Endymion Temple was the one in charge of the responsibilities that are above board. House was the one who took care of everything behind the scenes, from the division of labor to procurement to smoothing things over with the right people.
I see. It's certainly concerning that someone so reliable would go missing all of a sudden. I'm hoping, though, that when he meets the ambassadors, he meets TT officially instead of Benuli first thing.
Ah well, it's not the first time.
Almost forgot to ask, what does she look like?
A small forte lady always seems like she's half asleep. She wears a little flower on her head.
A little flower? The kind with 2 leaves and petals so red that you can't see the wrinkles?
Yes, how did you know?
Does it look like that? The craftsman turns in the direction that TT is pointing to see a small red flower swaying gently in a pile of apples.
Yes, it does. That's one of the apple farmer's crates, isn't it? What's a flower doing there?
She's taking a nap in the apples.
Wait, there's something inside. Duck!
She got so drunk that she fell asleep in a crate of apples. It's as though the crate has just woken up, sending ripe apples pouring across the docks, falling into the clear waters of the Delphi Canal. Forte slides out of the bed of fruit, rubbing her eyes at the sudden influx of bright sunlight.
Palace? Guys, no need for the boat. We found Palace.
This is Pallas, the people's hero, the proponent and reliable supervisor of the rebuilding plan. Yes, the one and only, the people's hero. She's not quite what I imagined. TT approaches a young woman on the ground curiously. She examines the horns for signs of battle, trying to determine her weapon's construction, whether it is able to support unique or Originium arts. She even has an urge to reach for the mysterious little flower to see if it is a boon from the Minoan heroes. But TT senses nothing unusual except the sweet scent of apples. The young woman seems to have woken up. TT leans in to hear what she is muttering. Mount Himnoi, the western peak, level it to let the sunlight tell the farmers and workers what's missing. Yes, apple cider should be shared. She had the same idea as TT, but she was too drunk to help them. Oh my goodness, Palace. Leveling the peak to solve the sunlight problem, so she came to the same conclusion I did. She's thinking about rebuilding the temple even in her sleep. Who says a hero has to be big and brawny? How can I forget that I'm in Minos, not Sargon? Good morning, hero. Wakey wakey. Who are you? We meet in Last Palace, first proponent of the rebuilding of Hersera's first temple. I'm Medjehtiqedti, Nasutu Mashayer, ambassador from Sargon. My friends call me TT. How chaotic. Ostrakon, an essential item for Athenian citizens when voting. But what to do with used ostraka? As the Nobles office decided to collect and wrap them up nicely for tourist souvenirs. And this innovative idea was well received by all. Even though everyone has a terminal loaded with all kinds of apps these days, the Minoans still prefer to follow their ancient traditions. That's what this currency is. Destined end. One is to stop at some point, even on a path without end. But sometimes we do not even realize that we have reached the end. To the end! You've got the workers and farmers to calm down by having them arm wrestle as Heracles did? You're a clever one, TT. But you already found the solution last night. You just fell asleep in a pile of apples due to exhaustion. Chatting about the apple cider, you're planning to treat the workers and farmers and get them to work together after they got a little tipsy, weren't you? Correct. But it's being put to good use to treat an honored guest. No better medicine for boat sickness. If you're still feeling it, you must. Party time. You must. Gulp, gulp. Oh, so sweet! This is good! Please, tell me honestly. Even though we had the same idea, was it perhaps inappropriate for me to interfere with the rebuilding of the first temple? Because you're the Sargonian ambassador? Because Sargon was... Just answer this question, TT. Did you think the White Mane King's conquest of Minos was necessary? No. Even though it distracted Sargonians from internal strife? The Empire needs to solve its own issues. Blaming on innocent neighbors is a sign of incompetence. Although, I probably wouldn't be so frank back in Sargon. Fine words, fine words. Have another drink. Yamas. I didn't think a woman so carefree and whimsical would be so pointed when discussing history. As long as your answer comes from the heart and not concern for your own safety, I think we'll become very good friends. Princess Palace. Is this how you address a friend? Then just Palace. I believe one must not forget oneself no matter where one goes. Pepe, a friend of mine back in Sargon, says my train of thought is all over the place and I have no common sense. But that's another matter entirely. Looks like the Sargon Padishahs made a wise decision, a wise choice in picking you to lead the mission. Yes, they did. Don't worry, the workers and farmers are very fond of you. We know a bad egg when we see one, and we don't hate all Sargonians. Besides, at a time like this, simply participating in the rebuilding of the first temple is hardly crossing any lines. As long as it helps solve problems. I like this. And yeah, they're going to return the relics. Oh gosh, though. Those relics that were out for display. Like, ah. But I'm glad it's being brought back. I hope they don't get ruined somehow. Like, oh no. What do you mean? Yeah, here, giving it back to you as a sign of friendship. But yeah, those arts begin with "excuse you." Look at the pillars, reliefs, and decorations inside the temple. Most of the details are unfinished. The amphitheater outside, there's no slope with the audience seats, so anyone behind the third row can't see what's going on in the center. And the Karasera statue that's supposed to be in the middle of the theater, it's still being polished by its perfectionist sculpture. That's a huge-ass problem. No need to weigh with your words. It's not like we're writing poetry. Everyone knows that our progress has been way behind schedule. Have another drink. Oppa. Now, there's no hard and fast deadline. Things will get done eventually, even if the pursuit of perfection keeps delaying things. But a lot of people will be affected if the delay continues. The orchard harvests. Yes, arm wrestling and cider might not solve things next time. Speaking of cider, you're going through it quickly. Want another cup? Please. I do have a question, though. What is it? You help the craftsmen solve their problems, and they rely on you, but you don't look considerate at all, even when you're supposed to be the project's supervisor. No, I wasn't ever the supervisor. Say what now? The old tradition only calls for a priest. In the case of Cassandra, to give the go-ahead, there's no supervisor for the project itself. It's not a job for an idle drunk like me, however. You look like a reasonable gal, and you catch on quick. Takes another slow. TT. Don't get too drunk. What did you say? I was distracted. No, nothing. You went through a whole bottle already? You sure can hold your drink. My brew is pretty strong, you know. Something's not right. Didn't you say the cider would help with my boat sickness? I only seem to get dizzier and dizzier. Hey, booze dizziness beats water dizziness, right? Drink until you pass out, and everything will be fine when you wake up the next morning, including a bit of boat sickness. What? Oop? Good night, TT. I'm sorry, Father, Mother. I've been infected with neuropathy. Your line of work would never let an infected take over, so now I'm free to do what I want, right? Back to the record of Lena. Perfumer. I know I can't stay at home any longer. I'll move on as soon as I can. Don't worry about me. I'm able to care for myself now, and I don't need to trouble my family for anything. But if it's alright, could you leave my flower garden where it is? They're just plants. Neuropathy won't taint them. Please, let me say goodbye. Look at all the flowers. Oh, what a pretty outfit. I like it. It's been a long time since I last came back to Athenias. Did I forget the way? The public garden west of the Agora. I should be in the right place. Where's Cassandra? Did you think a member of the Athenian Council would meet privately with a Rhodes Islander in a public place? Looks like you've been away for so long that you've forgotten how things work here. Lydia? It was you who wanted to see me? I heard you're the Asinomos of Athenius now. I want to catch up with you sometime, but setting up the Rhodes Island branch office took so much time. I know. You did a lot of things for the infected in the 2 months that you've been back in Athenius. You could hardly have found the time to come home. Well, at least you know each other. I don't plan on going home, Lydia. Don't worry, you wouldn't run into those vain relatives even if you went back to the estate. What is it? 2 years ago, the Othopolo family declared bankruptcy and quit the herb business. The remaining family members have since moved out of Athenius. I see. Looks like you really don't care anymore. There isn't much worth remembering about the place other than my garden. Your mother used to bring you to play with me in the garden. You came to her house after she passed away. I tell you about plants and their fragrances. You show little interest, but you planted the blue Baronias with me together, just like the ones here. Oh, they're childhood friends. Oh, this game is not new at all. There's plenty of content to go through. You've really forgotten. Wait, don't tell me this public garden. This is the flower bed where you studied and planted medicinal herbs. Your parents sold the land to the Athenian government to pay off the debts soon after I became Asinomos. Did you think they would protect it? Honor the request of the daughter they exiled? You've changed, Lydia. Dang. Her family went bankrupt after she left. Holy cow. So have you. Visiting the infected, contacting the healing priests, and even reaching out to Cassandra to make sure the veneration of a traditional heroism by the infected would not get in the way of their treatment. Handling procedure used to be your great weakness. Now you've learned to circumvent the parts of city administration where the power structure is yet unclear, and go over the head of the new Asinomos. I see. You didn't come to reminisce about old times. You want to prevent me from talking to the priests. To take the authority to establish and maintain the infected medical system from the Athenian Council and give it to the Asinomos. You picked up on that fast. It wouldn't be the first time Rhodes Island has dealt with a power-hungry official. What Rhodes Island does in unofficial capacity is none of my business. Be it making visits or distributing medicine, you're already doing it without communication with the Asinomos. But you know the changes are coming to Minos, be it the rebuilding of the first temple, and visit of the Sargonian mission, or the establishment of an neuropathy treatment system. The legends of the Minoan heroes are in our blood, but the same traditions have also brought about convoluted governance, inefficient systems, and backward thinking. You know that better than anyone else. I want to say you can do whatever you want, as long as a neuropathy treatment system is established, and my patients get what they need. But you're the only one in the family I still care about. You're my sister, and I don't want you to put yourself in danger. Aw. That's sweet. You're the only one I care about in the family.
Looks like our dear ambassador actually did go strolling off to visit the temple construction site. All's well, I suppose. She'll be a fine distraction while I dig into this Asinomos background. Is the ceremony really delayed, or is she intentionally stalling? If she shows us any disrespect...
Benuli. Oh my goodness, dude. I'm gonna dig into your records.
Make the preparations. We're going to the Asinomos office.
Who are you? You're adorable. Hello, street tourist. I love the blue, and look at the little plushie on top of the staff. Oh, that is so cute. And again, more pretty hair.
What? Who's this girl? Guards!
Friendly tourist.
Beg your pardon, Your Excellency. This is my traveling companion. We hail from Perinia and Lachidaemon, invited to attend the ceremony's guests. She's passionate about Sargonian culture and insisted on catching a glimpse of the ambassador upon hearing that the mission is lodging here. I couldn't stop her. The ambassador? Ahem. You have sharp eyes.
Oh gosh. It's like, yeah, you think I'm the ambassador? Hell yeah.
You're invited to attend, though. I haven't heard anything from the Asinomos. I understand that the venue of exchange ceremony has not been confirmed. Aw, I shouldn't have babbled then. Perhaps Lydia intended it to be a surprise. I am Periandros, priest of Corinia. We learned about the diplomatic mission to Athenia 6 months ago. 6 months? That long ago? Yes, the climate of Sargon is very different from that of Minos. Lydia asked me to procure Sargonian goods from Corinia in order to make you and the rest of the delegation feel at home. I hope you're enjoying your accommodations. Ah, so this is your handiwork. Lydia has devoted tremendous time and effort into ensuring that the ceremony is a success. Unfortunately, some of that fabric meant for the costumes for the play have yet to make their way to Urea Cassandra, resulting in a significant delay. Did she mention anything? A play? The Astinomos did mention that plays are a part of every important occasion. But who is this? Urea Cassandra. I thought this matter was entirely managed by the Astinomos office. Ah, it all makes sense now. I almost misunderstood what she meant. No wonder she left specific instructions not to use a traditional fabric for classical plays. I'm so grateful for the heads up. The cotton used for this event is a hybrid of Sargonian and Minoan species. They make a smooth and strong cloth that signifies the lasting peace between our two nations. That's why Lydia insisted on waiting. I see. So this is the reason she delayed the ceremony. Delayed? I'm so sorry about that. I really apologize for the trouble. I hope you will not take Lydia's best intentions the wrong way. Very well. It will be impolite to rush her. If she is taking the ceremony so seriously, thank you for bringing this to my attention.
Oh, he's being placated.
You're too kind. Please, make yourselves at home for a few days while preparations for the ceremony continue.
Benui, chill now.
Do not look at me like that. I came with you when you made 3 rounds of the food stalls this morning. In the morning. Only further you should come with me here.
How much of what you said was actually true?
The Sargonian delegation has entered the city, and the Astinomos invited us to attend a ceremony, but she didn't tell us anything about her arrangements. What choice do I have but to figure this out on my own?
Oh, you got your train ticket? Nice.
I assuaged his concerns for her, didn't I?
The merchants of Perinia would not be famous throughout Terra if profit were the only thing in their minds.
Now, it's not polite to say that out loud.
Benui could be exploring too if he wanted to, but nah, he's like, I'm just gonna stay in my room. And that's on him in that case. You know, we'll just stay here. Right by the water. Actually, wait, it's by the water no matter what, so it's fine. I wonder how our one worker's doing. Our megaphone guy. This is the start of the new event. What is this person? A jogger. He's literally running around. What a job. Okay, so gotta start bringing a healer. Healer to water my plants. It looks so funny watering the plants. My mission to water the plant. A truly important mission. Go get the water. He has a zoomies. Extreme zoomies. You know, facing down's fine, just in case someone gets close enough. Whee! I want to put someone down there, but I can't. Oh, he's getting close. Heh heh heh. You can't run here, dude. Okay, almost done. 11 out of 14. Oh, it's been a long time since I started this game. Holy cow, it's been years.
Mission accomplished.
Yeah, that was pretty good. And this is a nice looking room. The no issues with the respiratory tract or vocal cords. The crystals in the lungs that have not spread. Meaning that when you came to the Rhodes Island office a few days ago and stared blankly at our medics, it wasn't because your condition prevented you from speaking. Looks like I didn't have to come personally.
You've done a lot for the infected of Athenius, and Rhodes Island's medicine is far more effective than what we had before. We all appreciate what you've done. I won't take up any more of your time.
A checkup alone isn't enough. Minoan policies are relatively lenient when it comes to the infected. With the exception of certain occupations like the priesthood, and everyday lives of the infected are usually not significantly affected. Many people still believe that neuropathy saps the Minoan heroic spirit though. That's why many patients are indifferent about treatment, even trying to hide their conditions. How many fingers am I holding up?
4. Thank you for the concerns. Kyria Athopolo, but my condition is mild. The illness has not affected my vision.
Then why did you visit the Rhodes Island office 4 times in the past 2 weeks?
Well,
You're no great liar. Besides, I saw Rhodes Island monitoring bracelet on Xanthos, your mentor. Have you been obtaining medication on his behalf?
yes. He forgets his appointments because he has so many things on his plate. It's only reasonable that I should pick up his medicine for him.
But you did not register his name with the office, which means that there are no records of him having contracted neuropathy.
He saved my life, taught me the lore of the water and the art of combat. He's been a good mentor to me. I didn't want people to know.
To know that he couldn't be a hero? Aw. Aw, he's worried about that kind of thing. Like K-On. Visiting the neuropathy clinic may color how others view you and Xanthos, but will not change the path that you choose for yourselves. I'm not Cassandra, and soothing the heart isn't my thing, but I know that both of you need proper treatment. I'll move the 2 of you up the priority list and follow up closely on your conditions. You can prepare yourselves for a lot of nagging.
You're more tenacious than you look.
I wouldn't have to be if I could buy a cooperation with a few grains of corn like a foul beast perching on your bow.
Sorry.
And oh my goodness, we're gonna be watching more Kamen Rider. I wonder how it's gonna be. Are we gonna see the Bebe? The potential Bebe in Kamen Rider? I'm excited for that. Lydia's trying her best. She really is trying her best. Where is Santos anyway? If your recent reports were indeed his, then he suffered significant fluctuations in internal originium levels during this time. He needs rest, as I said.
I told him, but
And pretty much every night. We have some fun watch parties.
I told him, but
Don't tell me that he went to the crossing again. On weekdays, it's mainly been Kamen Rider, and then weekends has been... Or Friday's been movies, random movies, kind of. And then Saturday, we've been going through the adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog. And then eventually we're gonna move on to Saturn. My first time watching them, so it's gonna be... It's fun. Sonic Says is wild.
I've been preparing boats for the fruit farmers and craftsmen. Make it quick, Nicodemos. Why isn't Lakian around to help? I never thought he would just let you out of his sight. You took a day off. Home visit by a Rhodes Island doctor. Home visit? Did the medicine he picked up not work? Is he so sick he can't even walk? If you came to communicate the Asinomos' suggestion, you're wasting your time. Tell her adieu with the problem at the crossing, and there's no need for her to worry. Actually, she sent me to inform me that the problem has been resolved. Resolved? Plus acted quickly this time. No, it wasn't her who came up with a solution. Was it then? Did Cassandra calm the people down, or did the Astronomos pull another one of her little tricks? Neither. It was the Sargonian ambassador who resolved the dispute between the craftsmen and the fruit farmers, a small feline with dark skin and black ears. A black-eared feline.
The image of her. The seasickness.
That Colombian I ferried at the secondary crossing that morning. She was a Sargonian ambassador?
Yes, she was. Ancient Minoans saw the beauty of marble and sculpted legends and epics with hammers and chisels. In the Carosferia, Carosera walked through the war and plague, wearing out 30 pairs of shoes before she arrived at the mountain rim garden. Wearing out 30 pairs of shoes, oh, that is a lot. At the site of the first temple, she saw a boulder split and received a revelation from the god. Her gentle and wise visage reflected the Athenian morning sun. She protected the refugees who followed her and drove out the outlanders out with her sword and her harp. Sings only the tales of the heroes. Oh, TT's getting along with them real well. You're familiar with the Carosfera? I love it! I've read it so many times I could practically recite it from memory. Carosera gave me my first impression of the heroes of Minos. A hero must be a paragon of justice and kindness. A hero must face fate bravely when it comes and carry their own burden. You weren't exaggerating when you said that you could recite it. But reading words printed on a page doesn't compare to the experience of standing in front of Carosera's statue. But even if the sculptor exaggerated Carosera's miracles, even if those were not her original arts, perhaps it is this artistic license that makes it feel so alive. I can easily picture it standing on this fertile soil a century or 10 later. Are you thinking you'd be willing to wait a decade or more for Carosera's first temple to be completed to the standard of the statue? Not quite. I want to see as much as I can before the exchange is done and I have to leave Minos. The Carosera's statue is complete, and the amphitheater has proper steps now? Thanks in large to part of your suggestion. The fruit farmers have been working even harder than the craftsmen in the quarries in order to get sunlight to the orchards as soon as possible. Settlement for the temple is being used on the amphitheater first? I read about it in the books, but the Minoan love for theater is really something. Heroes come from the people, and the people aspire to become heroes, even if only in drama. I'm excited to go to theater later on during AX time. I'm gonna go to a couple concerts. Actually, a few concerts, potentially. 2 paid for, 1 first come, first serve, so wah! And yeah, that's Carosera. The magnificent horns. Have you identified the inspiration of for the statue? Carosera the Outlander, Chapter 11 of the Carosfera, is adapted into the famous classical drama that is often used in the temple ceremonies honoring the heroes. But I visited a few theaters in my time here, and I haven't seen any of it on the program anywhere. Are plays meant for religious ceremonies banned in normal theaters? No, Carosera and the Outlander is part of the standard classical repertoire. It has not been staged for a century, however, even in the temples. A century? Could it be? Yes, it was banned during the Sargonian occupation. The play's setting dates back to before the establishment of Minos as a nation, and Outlanders refers to those not of the ancient Agamem kingdom in general. When the Sargonian Padishahs banned the play, the Outlander executed by Carosera took on a certain meaning. The ban is no more, but to play the Outlander in the play means playing a Sargonian, and no Athenian would be willing to do that. What a shame. Perhaps to the Minoans, plays are more than just entertainment and art. Be it the ban of performances or the burning of the theaters, the heroism inherent in the history and legend depicted by the plays is not so easily forgotten. Even if no one performs it, and the music accompanying the play can no longer be heard on the streets, any Athenian can still recite its most famous scenes. That's enough. No. What is it? The first temple was destroyed by war, and Carosera the Outlander was banned. There's no denying that Sargon has brought great pain to Minos. The Padishah's order to return the Minoan relic is not so much compensation as political posturing. My role as a Sargonian ambassador is just to escort the relic to its destination. I'm not from an influential family, nor do I have a distinguished career. There isn't much I can do. I'm still the curator of the Varja Vandabad Museum. Knowledge will not betray me. The relic I'm bringing is associated with Caracera and its great significance to Minos. This should not be a mere political bargaining chip. Titi looks up at the statue of Caracera with her harp, beautiful and awe-inspiring. She seems to hear the harp sing a song that only the heroes are meant to hear, and sees the familiar stories and legends flash before her eyes. The amphitheater is barely finished. The scaffolds and tarps have yet to be taken away. In them, however, Titi feels something special. Something that belongs only to Minos, written in the epics, carved into marble by the stonemasons. Something that has endured and still stands tall, even after a century of oppression. I want to hold the exchange ceremony here. Really? That's an interesting idea, but matters concerning Caracera's first temple must be discussed with the temple priests. Cassandra? What brings you here today? Forgive me for interrupting. There's something that I must discuss with Palace in private, Your Excellency. I hope it gets approved. I like Titi. I like Titi a lot. Pepe has great friends. Riddle without answer. It lies on the ground, in dreams, everywhere. It questions you, wakes you, makes you know who you are, and teaches you that beautiful dreams are no more than dreams. Let's go! What are they gonna talk about here? This is the first time you've shown since that young acolyte of yours glared at me last week. It's not easy managing Endymion Temple and rebuilding the first temple at the same time. Polly is just worried that I'm overworked. She knows we've been friends since our preschool days. Which makes it all the harder to accept that I brought you trouble as soon as I got back, I guess. Alice, I knew you were both in trouble when you showed up at Endymion Temple to have your dream interpreted as an ordinary Minoan instead of using the priest's passage 6 months ago. In most cases, divine revelation can be classified into certain common categories, whether it came in the form of a dream or a sudden vision. I know, we learned them by heart at school, so ordinary priests without special talents could guide those who receive revelations. But the vision that you brought was not found in any classic tale. I had no doubt that it was a powerful revelation, which made me very uneasy. Don't worry, we'll find a way. 6 months ago. You shouldn't have quit the priesthood. You might have been able to find help. And hide my condition, continue to be the legendary goddess of victory on the border. I didn't want to complicate things, even if another had taken up the title. Besides, the heroes came a long way to call me back. I had to be honest with myself. Looks like Rhodes Island has treated you well. Of course. Did I ever tell you that I founded a Minoan League on Rhodes Island? Are there so many Minoans who left home to seek treatment? There are plenty, although Erato and Vulcan are the only true Minoans in the league. The others are in it because they have a spiritual fascination with our country. I'll introduce them when we have a chance. They're full of heroic spirit, with great passion for poetry, art, and brewing. So you founded a drinking league? That's one way to put it. It's not quite the same as having you around, though. You may not hold your drink particularly well, but no one in our year brewed better than you. Wow! Her hidden talent. Brewing. I remember how you tied up your sleeves and pounded the grapes like a seasoned winemaker. At the Intercollegiate Conference, you looked amazing. I see you have a craving. What happened to the formula I gave you? I lost it when I went to Akroti. I finally escaped my torment when my Sarkaz bodyguard gave me the recipe for the secret brew of Kazdel. I never worried that you would have trouble making friends. First a Sarkaz bodyguard, now a Sargoni ambassador. I hope the bodyguard's doing well. You heard about the fruit farmers and the craftsmen. Iti can be trusted. I doubt Kiria Mashire's cleverness or friendly outlook towards our country, but her position remains sensitive. If I didn't stop you, would you have put her in charge of the play that we already discussed, in addition to the venue of the exchange ceremony? Is it that you trust her too much, or... You're frowning again, Cassandra. I just let myself get a little lazy, having been away from the priesthood for so long. You would never have become a legend in the Borderlands if you were the type to shirk responsibility. I don't mind taking charge of the rebuilding project on your behalf. I just think it's a shame. You're better at dealing with people, and the craftsmen trust you. I thought you made this proposal to the people so that they would return to heroic tradition and remember the heroic spirit. I did. And that's exactly why it doesn't matter who's in charge. Our people venerate the heroes, but they've gradually forgotten that Minoan prosperity was not only built by a few heroes. The heroes came from the people, from all walks of life. You could always read my mind. I know what you're trying to say. With the rebuilding of the temple entering its final stage, it's even more important than ever to have a supervisor. I think we'll have one soon. When is it? I saw Lydia headed to the temple square. What do you think this Asinomos, who's quietly been at odds with us from the beginning and is trying to take the play out of the priest's hands, is going there for? Hi, Lydia. We meet at last, Your Excellency, Ambassador Mashayer. And who might you be? I'm the Asinomos of Athenius, called Lydia. I'm overseeing this relic exchange between our two nations. Oh, I'm so sorry, Asinomos. I should have visited you the first thing when I got to Athenius. I didn't think. You came to Athenius by the ancient route to follow in Caracera's footsteps, didn't you? There's no need to apologize to Minoan for your love of our epics, our culture. If anything, I should be thanking you for resolving the dispute between the fruit farmers and craftsmen. The rebuilding of the first temple could not have proceeded so smoothly without you. I simply did my part. I believe you already met Banui? I take it the venue and details of the exchange ceremony have not been confirmed. Correct. Rather than do it behind closed doors in a private room, what do you think of holding the ceremony beneath the statues of Caracera to be witnessed by her and all of Athenius? You want to hold the exchange ceremony in the first temple square? Yes, you were that I brought the most precious treasure of the Varjavandabad Museum to be exchanged for the technical data the Sargonians left behind during the construction of the three poleis. It's a part of many Minoan stories and closely linked to Caracera herself. Seeing the completed statue in the square was an awe-inspiring experience. Her brave visage and the relic that I carry complement each other. I understand that the exchange ceremony is supposed to begin with a classical play in accordance with Minoan tradition. What better place to do it than the first temple's new amphitheater? Events tend to have like around maybe 8 or so stages plus a few reading ones. That's just pure reading. It's fun when events have lots of content. Would that be a problem? Oh, Cassandra from Endymion Temple reminded me that any use of the first temple should be discussed with her. Cassandra. It's the Asinomos' office responsibility to lighten the burden of the busy priests by handling trivial matters. I'll communicate with her. I was concerned about the lack of proper supervision in the rebuilding process because of the emulation of ancient methods, which has resulted in significant delays. I thought it might not be the most dignified of venues. I don't mind. However, all our problems could be solved if you were officially made the supervisor of the rebuilding project. Say what now? The rebuilding of the temple is entering its final stages. We reached the point where decisiveness and efficiency are more important than careful planning. I'm sure you already have a fair idea of what is going on, having befriended the craftsmen and solved their issues. Besides, I understand that you received an advanced education in musology, Columbia, including studies in architecture. Putting the finishing touches on the temple and readying it for opening shouldn't present too much difficulty, should it? I mean, it's true that I designed and supervised the expansion of my museum, but it's not nearly as big as this temple. Besides, is it really appropriate for a Sargonian ambassador to supervise the rebuilding of the first temple? Your request that the exchange ceremony take place at the first temple is ample proof of your understanding of the relic and Minoan culture. I'm in full support of your proposal, and I'm sure the ever-considerate Cassandra won't object. But I didn't expect the ambassador to be such a polite and humble young lady. Periandros? Ah, this dude.
Greetings from Corinia, land of trade and merchants, Your Excellency Ambassador, Mashay of Sargon. I'm here as Corinia's representative to the exchange ceremony, and the Asinoma's request. I happened to overhear your conversation and couldn't help but stop to listen. May I ask you a question? Would you participate in the rebuilding of the first temple if your status were not a concern?
Of course! It would be a great honor to participate in the restoration of such a wonderful example of Minoan architecture, not to mention the knowledge that could be gained. I would be delighted just to do one piece of marble for it. I like that. That's sweet.
In that case, why trouble yourself unnecessarily?
Trouble myself. What?
I have a little suggestion that might solve our present problem. As I see it, the two of you are in full agreement, but for this little issue of Ambassador Mashayer's status. It's a sensitive issue and Ambassador Mashayer's concerns are certainly well-founded. On the other hand, the Asinomos here is seeking a capable supervisor who has the support of the people in order to keep the temple project on track. What better way to resolve this than Middles' most ancient process?
You mean?
A vote. A referendum held on the first temple square. The citizens of Athenius participating in the rebuilding decide whether to accept Ambassador Mashayer's supervision or not.
Hi, Xanthos.
She really is the Sargonian ambassador. Travesty! The theater of Caesarius' first temple was not built to host a diplomatic farce. The Sargonian said that she brought a relic in exchange for the technical data from the three poles. I knew the cargo didn't feel like movie figurines. The shape, the weight, and its relevance to Caesarea. Could it be? The gall to use stolen Minoan treasure to buy Minoan trust. Not if I have anything to say about it.
Xanthos, you got the wrong idea. I wouldn't say he's a villain, he's just misunderstanding. A big misunderstanding. Like, come on, my dude. She's a good girl. Okay, the javelin throw kind of scares me a little bit, but it's okay, I'll bring out a healer soon enough. I need to take care of the flowers after all. Healer time. What are the flowers? Ooh, this looks good. I'm gonna focus in the drone area. And then afterwards I'll put out my range. Range is good after all. Questioning statue. Oh, what a lovely face that statue has. Oh gosh, it's tough. It's a tough statue. Oh no. Ooh, I did not like that. Yeah, that ain't good. Please stay healthy. Wow. Oh gosh, so when it comes to the game, or heck, games in general, my teams are just put out who I like. I use who I like and just hope for the best. That is my strategy in general. Do the thing. And usually brute force works. One, 22, and 23.
Mission accomplished.
Okay, this will be easy to farm later on. You! Cute! Hello, drunken craftsman! I love the purple hair. Very pretty. Great care, Sarah. Gentle and brave, not even the night can hide your splendor. You brought us a wise dude to solve our troubles and help us build your temple. The insects sing this song for your harp. Your laurel was woven into the shape of victory and the moonlight. Oh, sorry, it's not moonlight that shines upon you, but the spotlights that we saw last week. Party drinking.
Don't drink too much. We're here to vote, remember? You don't want to hurt your hand engraving your Astrakhan.
Of course I remember. I'm here to vote for TT. I almost fell when I was working on the statues on myself in the temple. I wouldn't be drinking here right now if TT didn't save me with her arts. You don't believe me? Let me show you. I tripped over the statue sash that trailed on the floor and then... Whoa! Look out! Several white ribbons fly out of the shadows towards the drunken Forte girl, helping her steady herself. They let her go once they've ascertained that she's unharmed, straightening her hair while patting her horns in reproach. See? Those ribbons saved my ass just like that. Girl! Wow, just wow. Well, TT, what are you doing here? Let's get a drink. Pals tell me about a girl in the moving crew who's small but strong. She loves drinking and has a tendency to stumble. But I didn't expect to see you stumble a dozen times in just 3 days, Kantia. Thanks, TT.
She doesn't know how to drink very well. I mean, she doesn't know how to drink any better than the average Minoan, which is to say, she's supposed to drink in moderation. But she has a drunkard soul. You need a swig, TT.
Do I look that nervous?
Not on your face, but we've all figured out that your tail doesn't lie. Who's the guy on the scaffold wearing a leaf-shaped ring on his gray tail?
They're from the paint crew. He's only motivated when working with big, muscular dudes. Nobody believes him when he says he's just lazy.
What about the Alafia sitting in the corner, not talking to anyone?
Lefteria, from the sculpting crew. She always stays out of the sun. I've only talked to her a few times, but I know she's obsessive about her work.
That's more than most of us know about her. Most of the craftsmen barely know she exists. I don't know about the others, TT, but to me, you're one of us.
Aw, I like this. Because she's been working with them so much, they're like, we like you, girl. You get hands-on. That's sweet. Ooh, an Ager event. Well, that's gonna be entertaining. Oh gosh, is it gonna come with a limited banner? If it does, oh no. Thanks, Manos. Shouldn't you be comforting your friend? She looks nervous. Comforting people is your job, Cassandra and Demion Temple. What TT needs now is not the reassurance of a friend, but the support of the Minoans participating in the temple project. Kirima Shire has been reciting her speech silently before those two craftsmen struck up a conversation with her. She subconsciously clutches her tail whenever she trips over a word. Twice she accidentally grabbed her little pet instead, much to its annoyance. You've been observing her carefully. I think you like her. This alone is not enough to prove that she's worthy of trust. I just didn't want to surrender my own judgment to prejudice. It didn't take you long to decide that she was the best choice to supervise the project. I trust your judgment. Tonight, there's no shadow of confusion in those reflected in Sarah's eyes. Everyone has made their decisions. They do not need the words of the heroes to guide their way. I have some personal matters to attend to. Excuse me. You're going? The Asanomos might take the absence of the supervising priest from the voting as a form of protest. My Astrakhan is already in the box. Besides, Lydia has no need for such blatant excuses. If she wants to pick a bone with the priesthood... If the exchange ceremony takes place at the first temple, the ceremonial play to honor the heroes. I'll talk to Lydia again. At least get her to defer to the priest when it comes to choosing the play. That's all for another day. Let's hope tonight's vote goes smoothly. I hope for the best. Go TT! Based on my experiences these past few days, once we solve the issue with the stone, I believe the structure is essentially complete and ready to welcome visitors. It'll be ready to open in a few days once we put on the finishing touches and complete the inspections according to plan. There wouldn't be too much work to set up the exchange ceremony on the square. We just need to clear some room for the ceremony itself, and have a separate area for logistics. We don't need to change anything with the rest of the building. It'll be ready to open once construction is complete. I will create an actionable proposal based on my knowledge and experience overseeing construction projects. If I'm elected, we'll work together to complete this wonder that is Karisera's first temple.
Such a lively sight. It seems that this Kiryamashire has made a lot of friends in a short time. It would undoubtedly be a massive boon to the friendship between our two countries, not to mention the temple project if she's elected. What do you want? I'm not sure what you mean. I'm here to attend the ceremony at your invitation.
A son of Corinia's merchants just happens to pass by as I'm talking to a Sargonian ambassador, and casually drops a solution to the problem at hand that leads to tonight's vote. Was this all Karisera's will?
Why not? Tradition dictates that any Minoan who received the hero's blessing must visit a temple the following day to declare it before a priest. But you would not seek Ierea Cassandra no matter what. No matter how close the Asinomos office is to the Endymion Temple, will you?
You're crossing the line. Hieros Periandros.
You know as well as I do that the election of Kiryamashire will be more than just a feather in your diplomat's cap. Your foremost concern will always be Minos itself, as it is for me.
Speak your demands. You can spin all the words you want, but I will not assent before seeing the terms and conditions of the deal.
Have patience, honored Asinomos.
Periandros, what do you want?
Reputation is the most important thing in business, and I will bring my business to you personally, once the dust is settled. It's not the time yet.
What kind of deal do you want, dude? In accordance with tradition, please etch yay or nay onto the ostracon you're holding. Then place it in the box face down. We will tally the results once everyone has cast their ostraca. If more than half the votes are in favor, Titi Kiryamashire will be named supervisor of the temple project until the exchange ceremony is completed. Begin. Lysanthos should have watched over more. But no, he just went to his conclusion. The crowd walks up one by one to place their ostraca. There is some distance between the box and the center of the square where Titi is standing, but she can see the smiling faces of the friends she has made in these past few days. They nod to Titi as their gazes meet. She cannot see the words on their ostraca, but she knows what vote they cast. Who would have thought that she would be in charge of the construction of a Minoan temple? It would have been a tremendous honor even in Padishah Maya's time. How should she repay the kindness of the Athenians have shown her?
Ha, what a joke.
A voice interrupts Titi's thoughts and causes the square to fall silent.
Is this the year 1100?
Depressed man!
I thought maybe we were at the turn of the millennium and the Sargonians had come back to rule us.
The war is over, Megas.
For you, maybe. Not for me. The hated Sargonians continue to hound me in my darkest dreams. I wish I were as forgetful as you, but our heroes tell me in my dreams that I must not forget.
Did a priest interpret that for you?
No, but these recurring dreams are the hero's voice. I know their will. I will never smile at the work alongside a Sargonian. I will not stand for it no matter what good things you may say a Sargonian has done.
She may have helped all of you, but because she's Sargonian, I hate her. Titi watches as the Minoan passes in front of her without so much as casting a glance her way. He tosses his ostracon as he passes by the box. It hits the side and falls into the ground, rolling a few times before settling face up. The ostracon is blank. Titi realizes that his hatred of Sargonians is such that he would not dignify this vote by participating. He just showed up just to cause a scene and then just left. He didn't even vote properly. He's like, I abstain, by the way. Her cheeks burn as though she has been slapped in the face, but she trembles as she feels a chill run up her spine. Everything seems to grow distant. It is as though there is a thick screen separating her and the others, and all the sounds around her. In her daze, she seems to perceive Pallas is stepping up, and the craftsman casting concerned glances at her. She wants to say that she is fine, she is alright, that she was prepared for such treatment. As an envoy of the peace sent by the erstwhile invaders and oppressors. Besides, it's not as though the Minoan has done anything to her. He simply said he did not want to work with her. This is fine. No one can be loved by everyone after all. She wants to smile, that famous, bright, carefree smile of Medjehtiqedti Nasutu Mashayers, which has charmed so many visitors to her museum. But she cannot find the words or her smile. Poor Titi. The words of the Minoan who tossed the Ashrakan echo in her mind. She recalls the ferryman who questioned her the day she arrived in Athenias. The time she spent with the temple craftsman meant something. They still trust her. But to the countless Minoan strangers out there, she's not Titi, the curious lover of Minoan legend. She is a Sargonian. Mio. Everyone's gone, and the lights are out. How long are you planning to keep yourself curled up here? Before taking on the craftsmen, we're worried sick about you. What are you gonna do? Tell them to go on holiday while you fix the temple overnight with your hands and ribbons? That'll make things square, will it? I've been circling your feet and winking at you for ages. It never occurred to you that to look down? Never noticed that something wasn't quite right? Did you notice that a-hole deputy excusing himself from the voting ceremony and distancing himself from the whole thing? Did you notice the words ulterior motives written all over that asinomos? No, you just couldn't resist jumping into the grave that's been dug just for you. Mio! Now look at where it's gotten you. Really? You're crying over that? I can't even tell you how many times I've seen it in the City of Gold, where licking boots and stamping on faces is as much a part of everyday life as eating and shitting. Mio! Besides, I doubt you're crying for the people who used you. I told you when you got to the Padishah's assignment that it wasn't going to be a pleasant vacation. The scars of history, they run deep. The Minoans who are still recovering from the pain, and your position as the ambassador of Sargon, all set to remind you that it was not just an exchange of relics that you have to deal with. The proud creature tries to catch a glimpse of the young feline's face in a rare show of concern, but her head is bowed too low for her to see. This is Mio's way of trying to comfort her. Mio. Oh gosh, Mio. Yeah. Mio sighs and pokes Titi's hand with its head, cuddling around her and gestures her to pet it. That's better. Yes, just act like a cute kitty. Furry makes one happy, your words. I give you special permission to stroke my tail, fluff the hair on my back, or wipe your tears on either. Thanks, Mio. Actually, I take back the last one. I hate getting wet. Why did I even pick a troublemaking little thing like you? Now I'm on consolation duty. Heh. If I'm really so fragile, you wouldn't have picked me when you left the Grand Bazaar, would you? Just one time lift your mood. Don't you dare get carried away. Thanks, Mio. You may touch it once. Feeling better? Yeah, some people voted for me. It means they trust me and have hopes for me. Models called me one of them. People don't always get along, even in the same family, and I'm in a country that was deeply hurt by Sargon in the past. I'm not a hero of legend. I can't miraculously solve everything with a song, a poem, or a speech. What I can do is to get Kerasera's first temple completed as soon as possible, and return to the Minoans, to Kerasera, the things that belong to Minos. Moonlight shines upon Kerasera's complexion. Wearing a laurel wreath with her hand on her harp, she gazes into the infinite distance. Titi stands beneath the marble statue, bathing in the same silent moonlight as Kerasera. She closes her eyes and makes a wish. Aww. Misstep. I don't like the sound of that. Misstep. Uh-oh. Burdens too heavy to bear have a tendency to drop when you can least afford to bear them. Oh no, it does not sound good at all. Uh-ohs. And so Kerasera, the singer of epics, the gentlest hero of Agamem, hung her harp upon the branches of the laurel tree. Its body made from the tallest firs atop Mount Himnoi, its strings made from the bravest burden beasts that roamed the Agnes Plains. When it played, all things in the land of heroes sang together, riding upon the winds of freedom. No wonder you came up with the idea of holding the exchange ceremony on the temple square when you saw the completed statue of Kyocera. You brought Kyocera's true harp, the one that used to be displayed in the first temple of Ode Athenius. Oh wow, it's a good one. Yeah, that's a good thing to bring back. Yes. Legend has it that Kyocera was inspired to carve a massive harp from the mountain rocks and firs after hearing the mountains tell their stories beneath Mount Himnoi. It was a blessed harp that only sang on important occasions, when played by a great hero like Kyocera, offering a song that touches the people's hearts. The first temple was destroyed when the Sargonian invaded Ode Athenius. Grieving the tragedy, the harp sang no more, and afterwards went missing, until Padishah Harry found it in his collection. I don't know how it ended up in Sargon. Perhaps a Sargonian soldier looted it from the Ode Athenius and sold it to the Padishah's ancestor. I don't think anyone alive in Athenius has ever seen the original harp. The only people who would know anything about the harp are a few priests well versed with ancient texts, or oribenders like Cassandra, who directly communicate with the heroes. Does it still make a sound? Yes. We performed an inspection on the strings. They're little aged, but it's still in playing condition. I see. Perhaps the silence of the harp was simply a metaphor, as is often the case in Minoan stories. Ooh, I hope the harp plays a song.
We're the ferrymen. We pay these outrageous rents to be by the canal and get fresh fins. The goods are here, Keeper. Finally, any more delays and we won't be ready for the diplomatic delegation. Should I unload the goods for you? Hey, why is the boat docked so far today? People will be falling into the water trying to unload stuff. Bring the boat closer, please. As close as the kitchen as you can. Okay. Thank you. Why are you the one delivering today, by the way? It's usually Xanthos who does it. I apologize, Master Xanthos has business. Well, it's no problem, as long as the food gets here and the kitchen can get to work. You've been with Xanthos for a few years, haven't you? He must have his reasons for planning it this way, not concerned at all.
Xanthos, what you up to, dude? Sorry, Palace. Everyone in the temple has their hands full today. I simply can't free up any more from the moving crew. I wanted to get to the harp to the first temple ahead of time to see how it fits Kyocera's statue. I should have had someone big and strong help with carrying the harp, though. It's just the two of us. Kyocera was not particularly tall according to historical records. People took particular note at the contrast when she stood next to her harp. Maybe I could even do it myself. Is it that heavy? Oof, it's heavy. Is this box full of lead or something? Well, we entered Athenius by the ancient route, which is pretty rough. We couldn't risk any damage to the relic. I had the museum staff prepare packaging that's fireproof, waterproof, shockproof, and impact-proof, which unfortunately added a ton of weight to it. Yep, better keep it safe than sorry. Do not break it. On the other hand, it wouldn't get a scratch on it even if an earthquake suddenly shook the whole house down onto it. I can see you take great care of your museum and collection. I went to Columbia to study museology because I was curious about everything and ended up working in a museum when I went back to Sargon. My father died young and my family is a far cry from its past glory. Honestly, I'm not sure why the Padishah picked me to lead a diplomatic mission. But it's my job now, and I want to do it right. Did I ever tell you that you... That you what? And what happened? What happened? Everything okay, TT? Don't worry, the harp's unharmed. I was asking about you. Speaking of earthquakes, good thing the relic was well protected. What's all the commotion downstairs? Looks like a boat rammed straight into the hotel kitchen. Fire? Good thing the harp's case is fireproof. Yep.
It's over. It's all over. What kind of ferryman are you? Full sails from 5 meters away. On when you do like this, you know your boat would go even faster than Hermes, the messenger. You wanted the boat close to the kitchen as possible. I didn't mean inside the kitchen. Make way, make way. These officers are already dispersing onlookers. Don't crowd around like this. I need to see what happened. Like Kaon? You'll uphold justice, won't you, Prometheus? I just wanted the boat bringing the ingredients to be closer to the kitchen, but this kid ran it right into the place. I'm sorry, I don't know how to operate a boat. Who do you think you're fooling? You've been studying with Xanthos at the crossing every day for years. Theoretical knowledge does not equal practical skill. Why you? Enough! I can testify that this man has never passed a single chariot racing test back in preschool.
He should never drive. He should never be allowed to drive.
Doesn't explain how he didn't see this huge stop sign, does it? The boat ran right through the fence. Didn't see? Has Ripathy spread to his perceptual system? Is that why Lena made a home visit the other day? Like Kaon. Why do you look like you think I'm going to die soon? No, don't say that. Even if it's true. Excuse me, Prometheus. I know the two of you used to be classmates, but you're here as an official, and my kitchen has suffered significant damage.
Poor innkeeper.
Here. This is your coin purse. I'll pay for the damage. Take what you need. Who's telling you to pay for me? You never got a proper job since you left preschool. I know Xanthos takes care of your room and board, but I doubt you have much money saved. Don't worry about it. Spend your money on treatment. Don't forget you still owe me in debate.
Ecodemos is like, oh gosh, my boy, my friend. He's suffering that much, huh? I got this, buddy. Get well so we can have our debate.
I'm fine, really. The coughing. An acute attack? Doctor, I need a doctor over here. It's just smoke, you idiot. Get someone to fight the fire. Prometheus.
Well, at least Grammateus cares about his friend. The fire's getting stronger. Looks like the boat hit the kitchen stove. What's with all the smoke? We need to get out, get away from the smoke, but the harp. The harp's well protected. I see the officers are already organizing people to fight the fire. It should be under control soon. Besides, the stairs are too narrow. The harp would get in the way of other people evacuating. Besides... Are you alright, Palace? You're right, we need to leave. We can come back when the smoke's gone. Let's go. Xanthos is gonna come here and grab the harp, isn't he?
It's a good distraction, my boy. A fire? Oh no, my luggage is in my room. Don't worry, the fire's in the first floor kitchen. It's not going to spread to the guest rooms upstairs. Just wait for them to put out the fire and smoke to disperse. Stop crying and clear the area around the door. There's some people coming down from the upstairs. Sure, now's not the time to go inside.
Xanthos? Feeling better, Palace? I'm fine. I just inhaled some smoke. We should be good to go back to the room in 10 minutes. I'll help you take the harp to the first temple, just in case anything else happens. Thanks. Oh, sorry, just so crowded here. Hey, Palace, did that guy look familiar to you? Who? Did you hear? The kid at the crossing was the one who rammed the boat into the kitchen. He usually looks pretty smart, but I guess he's as dumb as it is when it comes to piloting a boat. Where was Xanthos? He's the one who usually delivers the goods. You busy, maybe? But it's not like him to let an inexperienced apprentice get into trouble on his own. True. I remember now. It was Xanthos, the ferryman, who rammed into me just now. Xanthos, are you sure? If you had the time to come to the hotel, why would you let an experienced apprentice steer the boat and cause an accident? Wait a second. I have a bad feeling about this. Okay, it's a good thing we both know now. You're smart. As do I. Goddess of wisdom! My goddess! You got this.
戦いの時だ。
I'm glad they were quick to understand, like, wait a second. This ain't right.
みんな助けに来たよ。
Great job, girls.
時間をかけるつもりはない。
Okay, let's just finish this part.
リンゴちゃん、今日もよろしくね。
I know, right? It's like, what do you guys do with the relic, dude?
アーツユニットチャージ中。お星様にあんたたちの
お前の攻撃は想定
Like, they were planning to bring it anyway, so... Like, oh well. Okay, this is fine, actually. I'll put it over
怖く
here.
はないわ。
The more healer, the merrier right now for the water. Okay. Right over here.
皆さんを助けしなさい。あんたたちカスどもにどんな
Go
芸
get
が
up.
あるか見てやるわ。本気で行くよ。
One. Perfect.
そんなにコソコソ。
Like, you know what? Let's just get rid over here, and then bam. Oh, catapult! A handmade one. That's cute.
みんなよざ。
How precious.
人間が生まれながらにやってるゲームをね。
Okay.
今日はもうじき終焉だけど、君たちはま
Do
だ
the
何
thing.
か待ってるのかな。
So far, so good, I think. By the way, what do you think our other ambassador's doing?
悪い知らせさ。
Is he just in his room, just relaxing all this time? Or do you think he's finally looking around the city? It's been days. It'd be funny if he's still just waiting. He's like, I refuse to do anything unless it's the official business. I'm just gonna be in my room.
Mission accomplished.
Hi, Xanthos.
The room of the Sargonian ambassador. Is this the relic that was stolen a century ago?
The Tom and Nolan peers at the massive wooden box as he starts the motor on his serrated oar, repurposing the tool that he uses to cross the river to pick the lock open. He carefully lifts the cover of the box. The instrument of Caracera, which should have come home long ago, is safely packaged in a dust cover.
Caracera's harp must not be used as a bargaining chip by the Sargonian hypocrites to be shut away in this pretentious, suffocating box. Put the harp down, Xanthos.
Oh, he's been caught.
The people praise you for proposing the rebuilding of the first temple as soon as you return to Athenia's palace. I voted in favor myself.
Thank you.
But you should not have cozied up to the Sargonians.
You instructed your apprentice to ram the hotel kitchen and cause a fire, letting you sneak in to steal an artifact of great diplomatic significance to our two countries. It's an ill-advised act. The streets outside the hotel are packed with people. You can't possibly escape with the harp. You're jumping out of the window? This is the 4th floor! We're directly above the kitchen. The boat that rammed the kitchen wasn't just a distraction. It's his escape. He had this planned. The door will take too much time. How about... You give me a ride? Wisdom. It's a good thing they're on the same wavelength. Palace and TT work really, really well together.
The fire's under control, Grammateus. As for the hotel's losses, I'll report the incidents to the Astronomos office per official procedures. As for the damage to the kitchen, I've already settled up with the innkeeper. I see. We'll station someone here to make sure no one's trying to take advantage of the chaos, for instance. What is it? Look up!
Nicodemus looks up. A pair of 40 horns, pitch black under the sunlight, like the twin moons, flies over the head of the crowd, their owner landing upon a haystack on the accident boat before leaping off the boat and fleeing along the river. A few seconds later, a white figure leaps from the window off the end of a silver chain. The black feline's landing is softened by several cloth ribbons surrounding her.
Xanthos a ferryman, and a Sargoni ambassador? What's the huge thing Xanthos is carrying on his back? Don't tell me! You were right, officer. Someone is trying to take advantage of the chaos. Understood. We're in the scene, and impound the boat. Send someone to follow Kiria Mashire and bring Xanthos into custody.
Well, there's a lot of witnesses. Oh, look, it's the fruit farmer guy.
The harvest is done. We need your help again packing apples in crates. No problem. You guys helped a lot with the stone for the temple after all.
Oh, they're becoming friends now.
Excuse me? Whoa, whoa!
I like how these two are getting along.
Xanthos, what's the hurry? Is that TT chasing after him?
Hey, Thanos, make way.
Is this a race? Where's the finish line? Go, TT, go! You can't lose to Xanthos when he has so much stuff on his back, right?
They think it's a race. No, I can't.
Careful with the apples!
Go, TT, go! I like how they're automatically rooting for TT.
The Sargonian is persistent, but this is as far as you go.
Santos, the river just ahead. The harp is out of its waterproof packaging. The water will ruin it.
I don't need a Sargonian to remind me, not when your people have ruined countless Minoan treasures.
Santos! Wait, what's that sound? Is their boat under the pier? It is carefully planned. It wasn't an impulsive act. No, don't go! Arts control ribbons fly towards the package on Santos' shoulder. The Forte instinctively jumps back, placing the harp at the stern of the ship. The ribbons wind themselves around his arm, helping TT jump onto the boat. Santos! Ugh! It's way beneath my feet! We need to clear the air between us. Let's talk about this on dry land, shall we?
I have nothing to say to a Sargonian.
Let me apologize then. The two keep their eyes fixed on each other, one at the bow and the other at the stern. Xanthos clutches his oar and starts his motor, while TT begins to glow with the light of her urging arts. Ribbons fly from her clothes, grabbing the harp and pulling it towards the bow. Xanthos cuts the ribbons, only to find that TT has closed the distance with the harp. He runs to the bow, causing the bow to tip violently, throwing TT off balance and interrupting her arts. Both of them reach out desperately. Oh no. Palace catch! The dust covering the relic is removed, revealing the legendary lost harp in all its glory. Every Minoan has heard the story of Persera and her harp, but precious few have seen it with their own eyes. It remains proud and glorious despite the passage of 1,000 years. Sunlight falls on the metallic leaves decorating its pedestal, surrounding it with a gentle glow. The pair fighting over the harp has no time to admire as they watch the harp's trajectory change, less than a second before it hits the ground. Palace, please catch it! Oh, or did she catch it? Medjehtiqedti has never thought herself as lucky. The glory of her noble house had long faded away, but by her father's generation, her father was obsessed with literature, while her mother, so clinging to old aristocratic habits, showed little interest in spending time with her daughter. TT spent most of her free time in her father's library alone. The knowledge she learned from there was basic, shallow, but it was nevertheless expanded her horizons and instilled in her a strong sense of curiosity for everything. That was why she saved money to pay for her own studies in museology in Colombia. She was excited but nervous when Padishah Carey appointed her to be the ambassador to Sargon. On one hand, she was drawn to the wonders of Minoan culture and the stories of heroes. On the other hand, she was acutely aware of the challenges that the burden of history presented. The joy that she gained from working with the temple craftsmen, the last visage of fantasy and daydream in her mind, will be shattered with the falling harp in less than a second. Please catch it. Xanthos was not so arrogant to think that his plan to take the heart back from the Sargonians was flawless. He might go to jail or even have a rip at the attack while carrying out the plan. He did not care that he was risking his life on something that would seem ridiculous to most. To him, the only place where he would find peace was the battle on its border where Ithakos went 5 years ago. There was no point in asking the meaning of anything that happened since. But the trickery of fate is even more cruel than the heroic legends. Xanthos thought of many ends for himself, but never this one. The precious harp is about to hit the ground, and there's nothing Xanthos can do about it. Should he be angry, sad, fearful, or simply laugh at his own helplessness? The emotions that fate has impounded have returned to his empty chest. The tall Minoan warrior sees everything flash before his eyes. The breeze of the Delphi Canal brushes against Xanthos' back. It has never felt so cold. He cannot help but tremble. He can see the Sargonian woman's face. It is deathly pale. He knows that his own face is the same. It's safe, right? Yeah, it's safe. Autumn? Right? Or no? We've arrested Xanthos, a ferryman, and his apprentice, Lycaon, on charges of robbery, Your Excellency. I sincerely apologize for the damages you've suffered. I know it's not my place to ask, but can a damaged item be? Thank you for your concern, officer. The item that was damaged was a personal effect and not particularly valuable. It was Xanthos, the ferryman, who ferried me across the river when I first came to Athenias. This is simply a minor misunderstanding. You can send the onlookers on their way. Wow, TT's covering for him. Yes, Your Excellency. If you do not intend to pursue this matter any further, they will take the 2 suspects and proceed in accordance with the law. You two, thank Kyrian Mishire for your magnanimity.
You don't know how to steer a boat. Or Matthias Hegedemos can testify to that. You could have gotten off easily, or put yourself in a situation with me, like Heion. You instruct me to provide a distraction on the boat because you know I'm a poor liar, Master Xanthos. I knew about your plan and took action to help you. I must accept responsibility with you. Oh, he didn't even ask Lycaon to actually do this. Lycaon's like, ride or die. He truly is ride or die. Besides, I do not think what you did was unreasonable. Benui, what were you doing all this time? Now you finally show your face?
A personal effect. As if the officer believed that. She saw your courtesy as a way of out, so she wouldn't have to prosecute your own people. The relic that is at the center of the first cultural exchange between Sargon and Minos since the establishment of diplomatic relations was stolen and damaged during its retrieval. This would be more than enough to start a war if we were in Lithuanian or Syracuse.
I checked the harp. The damage is minor. Only a crack on the pedestal. It can be easily repaired by filling and painting over the crack. Under normal circumstances, I would have kept it untouched, but these are what we call extenuating. I can fix it so nothing looks out of place for the exchange ceremony in a few days.
Ha! You may be descended from Sargonian nobility, but you've inherited none of your ancestors' political acumen. The Minoans are entirely at fault here. This is a perfect chance to punish the offenders severely, establish Sargon's authority and prestige, and...
Benui, stop. Stop. I know you're proud of your family's military exploits in Minos, Benui Effendi. And to you this is like revisiting old stomping grounds in a sense. But times have changed. Padishah Carey appointed us to visit Minos with Caracera's harp, not to show off Sargonian glory, but to repair the relationship between our 2 nations. As emissaries of Sargon, our priority is to carry out the exchange ceremony successfully, not our own obsessions and interests. Am I wrong? That's right, tell him off. I like how he went silent. He's like, okay, you told me off. I don't like that. She was mean to me. That's funny though. Freaking Benui. I should have enough for one more. Convergence. As the people come and go, the situation inevitably spins out of control. Oh gosh, we're gonna end off chaotically just based on that. Blah. I love TT. Snores. Catch his ear. I want to explore more of Minos. Medjehtiqedti! As if it wasn't enough that you went off by yourself first thing in the morning, now you're slamming doors and disturbing my nap. Have you repaired the harp, or have you been enjoying Athenia so much that you forgot about your job? There's no use trying to repair the harp. Giving up so soon, you can't fix a tiny crack like that. Were you doing all those classes you took in Columbia? Just filling the crack and painting over it isn't hard, but it's not just the harp that was damaged. It was also your fragile bleeding heart. It was also Sargon's reputation. What? Crusader's harp was one of the best preserved relics I've ever seen. Wooden instruments are highly sensitive. The slightest blemish on the body could change its sound. That was why we were very careful during the appraisal process and avoiding any destructive tests. I've heard it a million times at the museum. The ornaments, string materials, and lacquer are typical of Minoan style. Historical records indicate that it very likely belonged to Corsair herself. But something didn't feel right when I was repairing it last night. The wood chips that fell from the crack indicate that the material was mountain firs, the kind that ancient Minoans often use, but something was off with the cross-section texture. The weapons of the heroes are made from the ancient trees. They'll have some pretty deep texture. No, it didn't look like the natural texture of wood. It was reminiscent of a certain moisture retention technique developed in Sargon. I read about it in old books about instrument making. Minoan plants are rich in moisture, while the climate in Sargon is generally dry. Wood imported from Minos had to be specially treated to prevent them from cracking due to the dryness. The cross-section I saw showed signs of such treatment. You mean this was not Corsair's original harp, but a replica made by Sargonians using Minoan wood? You sure you're not overthinking it? I didn't want to believe it, but I just took the wood chips to a lab. Testing revealed that the presence of Sargonian resin dating back to about 100 years. Oof. The harp looked perfect. It was virtually impossible to tell that it was a replica without destructive testing. I doubt Padishah Carey knew anything. I had to tell Sinomos, we can't give the Minoans a fake harp under the eyes of Corsair's statue. The exchange ceremony must be stopped. Oof. So, to an extent, it might have been a blessing in disguise that she figured that out. Yeah, that is very, very bad. Oh no! Ambassador Medjehtiqedti's mission was to carry out the exchange ceremony. But Newly Effendi...
We made an oath to the Padishah before we set out. How can you continue to call yourself the ambassador of Sargon if you fail to retrieve the engineering data from the construction of the 3 poleis?
Talk to him first. Be like, Sir, the thing that you gave me ended up being a fake. Can we get something else? Yes, I have my duties as ambassador. As an archaeologist, however, I can't overlook such a mistake, much less intentionally participate in a lie.
That's why I say you have no political acumen. You see yourself as a museum curator, not a diplomatic envoy. The important thing about the relic exchange ceremony is not the relic, but the exchange. Who cares if the harp is a replica? It still makes a sound.
Benui, shut up. You want to offer up a fake harp at the ceremony? You're gonna get cursed. Your entire bloodline's gonna get cursed. Absolutely not.
And what is your bright idea, Medjehtiqedti, without the authentic harp and a ceremony right around the corner? In the halls of Medjehtiqedti, who you told Padishah Carey that you love the legends of Minos and wanted to see the true heroism with your own eyes. Is your idea of heroism clinging to your obsessions and bringing shame to your country at the very first cultural exchange between Sargon and Minos since the establishment of diplomatic relations? Are you and your useless father one and the same?
Benui, why are you bringing up her dad now? Bonk him.
He ruined your family, turned the name Nasutu Masher into a high society joke. In his obsession with literature, he abandoned his duties, even his duty to his daughter, forcing her to chase the shadows of heroes in books, failing to find any heroism in her father.
This has nothing to do with him. I only love Minoan stories because...
As emissaries of Sargon, our priority is to carry out the exchange ceremony successfully, not our own obsessions and interests. Your words verbatim.
I'll find a way before the ceremony, no matter what it takes. I can't let a fake...
Obstinate fool. Very well, you can meditate while I act on your behalf and carry out the duty that the Sargonian ambassador was supposed to perform. It is not as if it changes anything to the Asinomos and the guests. You're nothing more than a curious girl, an enthusiastic volunteer for the temple project, while I negotiate with the Asinomos. I am, for all due intents and purposes, the true ambassador of Sargon.
No. No. Bonk, Banuli. Go back to your room, Banuli. Hello. Maybe you don't remember me, but I visited this ranch quite a lot lately. The herder, Melissa knows me. Please stop leaning on the fence and let me through. Open sleepy eyes. It was not my intention to interrupt your nap. Perhaps you enjoy this grass. The dew is so fresh on it. I also brought some berries. Berries. Well, I'm out of bribes. In that case, would you like a dream interpretation? Curios, maybe Kyria? Brush his teeth on the fence. This isn't working. Cauliflower's a girl, berries are too sweet for her, and grass isn't filling enough. You need carrots to draw her attention. Cute! So fluffy! If you find a burden beast that has a fever and not even its favorite food can coax it to move, just scoop some water with a leaf and spray it on its horn to cool it down. You really know your burden beast, Melita. I didn't know there were so many tricks to getting a burden beast to move. Wow. Yeah, if the ceremony went smoothly, it'd basically be a ticking time bomb. Of course, they're not like Beck beasts, which are used to taking commands. A herder needs 100 tricks to coax burden beasts into doing what you need them to. It is understanding that builds a bond between burden beast and herder. Am I right, Cauliflower? Sways toe, gets up and leaves. Bye, Cauliflower. Maybe it's a talent to know one more way to get burden beasts to move than other herders. Thanks for getting Cauliflower to move, Melita. No problem. The priestess of Endymion Temple gracing us with her presence means that this place is blessed by the heroes. We couldn't be happier. As long as it doesn't cause any trouble for you. Of course not. All you need to do is admire the sights and look at the fence. A little while back, I was concerned about that the foe could slip through the cracks in the fences. A few days later, you filled the gaps with strong threads. Just doing my part. It was a very kind deed. I won't disturb you anymore. I have a few hoofs to trim. Cassandra leans towards the filled fence, where delicate threads stand in regular intervals, gleaming in the sun. She plucks one of the threads, hearing nothing except the breeze blow over the pasture. Of course it wouldn't make a sound, not even a burden beast running into it did. There isn't much time. When will you sing again? I know what you're here for, Kyrios Banui. Rest assured that the relationship between our two nations is the highest priority. A little incident like this would not be allowed to affect it.
A little incident?
Xanthos came to the Athenius 5 years ago, working as a ferryman and manager of the crossing. He took in an apprentice, Lycaon, a former preschool student. They're accused of attempting to steal from the room of Ambassador Medjehtiqedti. They're being held in custody, pending trial in accordance with the law. Since the ambassador is elected not to press charges, yeah, why retrieve and not receive?
A justification to comfort the ignorant people by a naive girl moonlighting as a supervisor and rebuilding the first temple, not the decision of the honored ambassador of Sargon.
I see your views differ from Kira Mashair's. I will, of course, take full responsibility for this matter as Asinomos. However, I would ask that the two of you come to an agreement as to how to deal with that.
You know what I mean, Asinomos. My view is that of the Sargonian delegation. This tragedy, the theft and destruction of the harp, would never have happened if the exchange ceremony was not repeatedly delayed. I have reason to suspect that you have intentions other than promoting the relationship between our two nations, that you have intentionally delayed the ceremony, and everything that took place did so in your orders. I hear the position of Asinomos was newly created following the administrative reform of Athenius, and you're rewarded with the role because of your contributions to said reforms. If something goes wrong with the first cultural exchange between our two nations since the establishment of diplomatic relations, then I congratulate you on being the only Asanomos who the people of Athenius will never forget.
The exchange ceremony is certainly my most important task. I admit that I was negligent for not arriving at the scene promptly due to a busy schedule. In that case, how would you define this incident, this theft and destruction of the harp?
The brutal, barbaric, ignorant, baseless hatred of the perpetrators. The robbery and destruction of the symbol of friendship between Sargon and Minos was a most despicable act. In my 30 years of overseeing culture in Minat Hamayat, Sargon has received many letters from Minos requesting the return of the cultural artifacts that were removed during the occupation. Shouldn't these plunderers of Minos' national treasure be severely punished if Minoans truly value it so much?
They'll be tried according to Minoan law. As far as the punishment is concerned, though,
I have no intention of leaving the impression that Sargon is trying to bully the people of Athenius. We're emissaries of peace, after all. This is the most sensitive time, however. Just because Sargon and Minos signed a truce 5 years ago doesn't mean that all is peaceful and well. The patty shells are used to solving problems with force of arms. I would not give them a reason to get angry if I were you.
Wow, he's threatening her. Freaking Banuli. Xanthos and Lycaon conspired to steal and deface a national treasure and sabotage the exchange ceremony.
Their actions are tantamount to treason.
They will be put on death row immediately. Wow, Banuli, that's what you wanted?
Thank you. As Asanomos, I look forward to the exchange ceremony in a few days.
Yeah, thank you. Totally thank you.
Get in. What's going on? It's not normal to be transferred prisoners who so suddenly, before officially sentenced.
I'm just following orders. Move quietly and behave yourselves. Maybe there'll be a chance for clemency.
You really believe the Sargonian ambassador would protect the Minoans who try to steal the harp?
She did, though! It's freaking Banuli!
We heard what she said to the officer. It would have been easiest to make the accusations while everyone was watching, but she didn't do it. You can never tell what someone is thinking. Submit an official assessment of the damage. Put pressure on the Asanomos and peace officers. There are many things that the Sargonian delegate can do.
It's not the right dude. Xanthos. Banuli.
Death row A. We're getting the royal treatment. You should regret it, Lycaon. Destroying a hotel kitchen is nothing compared to the charges we now face. All the more reason we had to take what's ours back from the bandits. The harp of Caracera sings only for the stories of heroes. It will not and must not sing for a false peace. I know your past, Master Xanthos. I may not have experienced war for myself, but I respect your decision. I couldn't let you risk everything by yourself, having known about your plan. You saved my life 2 years ago.
Xanthos, I want you to meet Banuli, and know that it's all Banuli. Like, he doesn't even know about Banuli at all. Oh my goodness. All the craziness is happening.
It was your classmate from preschool, Hecademos, who carried you down from the archery range after you were injured by an Originium shard. I just took in a former student who wasn't willing to continue into the priesthood, that's all. An infected can never become a priest. It's divine work, communing with the heroes and guiding a way for the people. I couldn't do it. As for Hecademos, all he wants is someone to debate him. Do not fool yourself like Lycaon. It'll only make the pain worse when you finally have to face it. Master Xanthos? My friend brought technology from the nomadic cities when he came to my homeland after receiving divine revelation. He built a village in the barren swamps with us. The people in the village respected him a lot, but he always had a dark look on his face, late at night. I lied to myself and tried to convince him that the river in his dreams wasn't red with blood. It was red because of the iron of the river brought from the upstream, and that the revelation was supposed to bring him to us. But he didn't believe it. He was prepared to go to war from the beginning. I was fooling myself. River, ha. Young people these days are foolish enough to fight the Sargonians to the death because of a dream like that. And the two of you are here because you stole things from the Sargonians? The Harp of Caracera belongs to Minoans. Even less worth it.
Hello, old man.
What truly belongs to the Minoans these days after the Sargonians invaded 100 years ago?
Is this old man also on death row? What did you do, dude?
頑張れ頑張れ私ならできるみんな
Like, that's very concerning if an old man's on death row. Dang,
時間を
son.
かけるつもりはない
Like, seriously, what did you do, my dude? Okay, let's go this way.
わ
Wooden burden beast of lion.
みんなこっち来て
That's an interesting design. Let's go this way.
私の名前をすべてのオリジニウムに刻んでやるわよ
Okay. Next. Oh, I could have put her there actually. Oh well, too late. Instead, I'll put her here.
頑張ります
Look it go. Actually, right over here seems fine.
遺言の伝達
Bonk.
ああ残念
お前の攻撃の想定の通り
Hey, out of here. Oh shoot, that wasn't good. It's okay though. Oh dear,
目の前にあるでしょ何これで静かになって
that's a big stack.
一番危険な戦場はどこ
Okay, and then last dude. Go get him.
科学王が抗おうが無駄だ
Mission accomplished.
Ta-da! Yeah, Benui's such a nice man. Totally. I believe in Mio. Mio has the best judgment. Hey, you're the one who invited me. Say something. I skipped the banquet celebrating the completion of the first temple for you, you know. You're a big part of getting the work across the finish line the day before the exchange ceremony. Tradition calls for a full day of celebration. The craftsmen began drinking and reciting poetry in broad daylight. Now all of them hold their drink well, because the peace officers have their hands full tonight. Contact from the moving crew, right? She's really taken to you after you helped her a few times. Yeah, it's been like a dream. Coming to Athenius. Right you are. First seen Athenius, you saw the dispute between the fruit farmers and the craftsmen. Then you became the supervisor of the final phase of the temple rebuilding project. And you chased Xanthos over multiple blocks after the harp was stolen. Way more interesting than just escorting a relic, isn't it? Yeah. Well, my job was to ensure that the exchange ceremony goes smoothly and promote friendship between the two nations. What's the matter, Titi? Doesn't like you. Alice, the harp of Carcera we brought. It's a replica. What? I would never have known if the harp wasn't damaged during my scuffle with Xanthos. Now my deputy, Benui, wants to fulfill the Padishah's mission by handing over the fake harp in the exchange ceremony. But I know that's not right. The ceremony's tomorrow. Do you have a solution? There's no good way to do this. We need a miracle. I read through every relevant book I could borrow from the Biblioteca of Athenius. I learned that the harp of Carcera was lost to war a long time ago and hasn't been seen since. It's likely the Sargonian craftsman who made this replica had only seen the blueprints, not the harp itself. Could the true harp still be in Minos, or it was destroyed by the fires of war long ago? I'm sorry. There's no need for you to apologize. What do you plan to do if the true harp is nowhere to be found? I can't publicly announce in my capacity as Sargonian ambassador that we brought a fake harp. More likely to lead to conflict than to reveal the truth. A very reasonable concern. And so, I'll just stop the ceremony in my personal capacity. What do you mean? I'm getting rid of the fake harp before the ceremony can start. Ooh. Time for T to steal it. You can't go in. Oh, a lot of them say the lore because it goes on for like regular GFL and Neural Cloud, and there's another game for it too. There's so much information for it, heck, even during when I played Valhalla. GFL 2 was brought up because they had a collab event, which, I mean, not GFL 2. GFL was brought up because the regular GFL had a collab with it, which I'm so jealous. I want Valhalla instead of GFL2 or some other collabs actually.
Look, I know a special visitor's permit is required to visit and deliver supplies. I just forgot. Can you accommodate me this once? My old classmate went a couple days ago, all of a sudden. His family asked me to bring him some stuff. Alright, to tell you the truth, he's pretty sick. The Athenian gel is a doctor in basic medicine, but it's not as effective as the Rhodes and stuff. He could have been attacked while in custody. He doesn't get proper treatment. Save your breath, it's no use. Alright, I didn't want to do this. Here's my pass, Hecademos, from Matthias to the Asinomos. I'm authorized to enter detention facilities, even bring in suspects for questioning. Open the door, this is an order. I will file the necessary paperwork later.
Dang, Hecademos. And yeah, some personal takes too, like, about certain dolls.
You want to see the two thieves who came in a few days ago? Lycan is not a... Never mind, yes. You can't. What? Why not? You're authorized to see prisoners held at the jail, but the two you're looking for aren't here anymore. Were they transferred? That is unusual. Has Kyria Autopolo's Erbithy treatment system has been implemented already? Or were they transferred?
Don't bother, Hecademos. I don't know who they are to you, but not even the Grammateus to the Asinomos is authorized to see inmates on death row.
Death row?
Oop. So floofy. I want a pet. I know it's probably rude, but I want a pet, at least one head pat.
Sorry. Kyria Autopolo.
Does Lydia? I mean, does Asinomos really not have the time? I heard that Xanthos and his apprentice were arrested for theft. They're my patients and in a key stage of treatment, as the Rhodes Island Clinic has already reported. Xanthos' blood originium crystal density is particularly high, which could potentially lead to an acute attack of erypathy. I would like to deliver medicine to them.
Look, I don't understand any of the medical jargon you're throwing around.
And yeah, a couple of them pretty much come around every time for GFL2.
We're all very grateful to you returning to Athenius, bringing back medical knowledge that you learned abroad and establishing an erypathy clinic, but... I shouldn't talk too much, but you're a good doctor and the Asinomos sister. You should really keep your distance from her for a few days at least, if only for the sake of your relationship.
Why?
The official line says that the crime was theft, but the Sigonian ambassador came here a few days ago and said that the thing that was stolen wasn't the ambassador's personal item, but an important relic for the exchange ceremony. He put a lot of pressure on Lydia. They're probably going to be publicly charged with treason once the ceremony's over.
Okay, I'm good. I'm glad that the clerk's saying he. So it's Bernoulli, making sure it's Bernoulli, not Titi, who did this. Treason? But according to Minoan law...
Most of the issues of the Asinomos faces cannot be solved through legal procedures. She wants a new modern Minos, and she's willing to give everything for it. That's why we're willing to work for her. Perhaps you're not aware, but she gave up her family inheritance, even chasing her other family out of Athenius after taking office.
Dang, girl. She gave up her inheritance? I thought the business failed.
This exchange of relics is an important part of her administration. There must be no mistake, at least on the surface. Even if it means sacrificing 2 lives, it's not like they're innocent after all. I'm sorry, I have to get back to work.
What is Lydia? Well, she wouldn't meet with me, and I doubt I can convince her, even if we did meet. But Xanthos and Lycan need to be tried fairly. I can't let Lydia make a mistake like this. What do I do?
Sorry, I was lost in thought. Kyria Autopolo?
Blah! And yeah, if anyone wants to join Discord, it's in my card. You've been staring out the window, Asinomos.
Apologies. Kyria Cassandra.
When I let Kyria of the Poloen, I had to discuss the establishment of a neuropathy treatment system with her anyway. Oh, I thought you wanted to get extra help to plead the case of the 2 infected who were arrested a few days ago. You know the ferryman Xanthos quite well. I believe you're the one who found him the job at the crossing. The peace officers would deal with this theft. Neither of us have to worry about it. Or need to worry about it. I'm afraid I don't have that luxury. If this incident affects the trust between us and Sargon, then this incident will become more than just simple theft. What? It's my own business. It has nothing to do with the priestess of Endymion Temple. Back on topic. Maria Cassandra, the opening play for tomorrow's exchange ceremony has been decided. It is to be King Courteous, a popular classic across Terra. All the priests need to do is attend. There'll be no need for complicated rituals. A few weeks ago, I came to discuss the priest-directed ceremonial play for the completion of Kersera's first temple. I have not seen you at Asinomo's office since. I apologize, my schedule is a busy one. I certainly remember. The exchange ceremony also requires an opening play. And we can kill 2 foul beasts with 1 stone this way. We need not bother with the priests, however. Excuse me, but the rebuilding of the Kersera's first temple is a symbol of the people's spirit. Not as complete, tradition calls for a proper ceremony to invite the heroes to enter the temple and give middles their blessings. The council is not trying to usurp your administrative power, and the exchange ceremony does not fall within your responsibility. However, Minoan drama began as a ritualistic performance. Every single detail was carefully arranged, from the props to the program, to the performers. It is not enough to simply put on a popular play. Immortal legend, witness of the oracle, heroic relic. Do not think that I am completely ignorant of the traditional ceremony, or that I'm one of those radicals who calls for every tradition to be abolished. But even if you have your choice in the program and control over the troupe, there's still something missing from the traditional ritual that you want, isn't there? The Sargonian mission brought Kersera's harp. Oh, you do recognize the relic's ritual significance? What do you mean? I'm neither an archaeologist nor a historian. As Asinomos, however, I understand every priest who sits on the council, including you. You're the head priestess of Endymion Temple, and endowed with the divine gift of speaking on behalf of the heroes. Your knowledge of the heroic epics puts most scholars to shame. You showed no interest in the harp of Kersera that the Sargonian mission brought with them. You didn't even ask to see it. I don't know why exactly, but I can tell that the harp the Sargonian mission brought was not the heroic relic that you knew. The ceremonial play could not have been performed to begin with. No, I already... I have nothing against the council. Maria Cassandra, if you present a legitimate heroic relic for the ceremony, I'll be more than happy to give the choice of play back to you. For the past century, however, the temples have mostly used crude replicas in place of true relics for your ceremonies. I don't need to tell you that the link between us and the heroes is weakening. As a modern state, Minos can no longer rely on ancient legends to unite our people's spirit. No need to worry, however. The temples and priests will continue to exist. Continue to contribute to historical research and tourism. Oof. Well, I'm glad they're talking about it. I once been moved to get, like, a little bonk. At least a little bonk. Like, he can't get a full-on slap, probably, without getting everything going to shit, but... a bonk. At least when they go back to Sargon, because, oh my goodness, he's causing so much issues. I hope that the death row is stopped. Like, at the very, very least, please stop the death row. I don't want that to go through. Like, oh man. But hey! Maybe I can finish the event tomorrow, potentially. There is hope in the world. What can I claim at this point? I get to claim him. Eventually. Or do I have him? Oh gosh, I do have him. Is this community service? Oh. Time to put him in the outpost. Do some work for me, dude. Give me some LMD. I feel bad for Lydia. She gave up everything just to get to this position, and now look at what's going on. Like, dealing with TT's fine, but Banui, no. Just no to Banui. I like Minos. Minos is fun. I want to explore more. I want to see more of the town. I can't wait for the place. The place must be really, really fun. Alice and TT are an excellent combo. I like how they complement each other. Like, they have similar ideas and everything. It's sweet. I appreciate that. I'm hoping that's gonna end fine, though. Gosh darn it. Banui. Like, what's in those notes? Please don't be a weapon of mass destruction kind of thing. Like, why are you so obsessed with the notes? I'm hoping the notes are gonna be kind of troll. It'd be funny if it's just like... The notes how to make I don't know, a cube. A Rubik's Cube. Why not? And then see how Banui reacts to that. Like, what? This must be a fake. It's like, no, these are the actual notes. This is what the great ancestor wanted us to make. A Rubik's Cube? I hope we can see what it is. That'd be funny. I guess I'll find out tonight, if anything. And yeah, after this, Common Rider. After I hydrate, of course. Because hydration... Hydrate or dehydrate, after all. Need to drink water. At least I ate dinner before this, so it's not too bad. Hydrate, and then Common Rider. And the next time, tomorrow, continue the event. I'm happy that I'll finish the event for sure in time for AX. And then I can go to the booth proudly. I'll be like, the new event is fun. I like it. I love TT. TT's fantastic. So yeah, I'll hop off for now. Gonna get ready for Common Rider and Discord. With that being said, thank you for stopping by the stream. I hope everyone has a great rest of the day at Gotcha Luck. I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye. Whee! I also gotta make some apples instead of FGO. Blue apples for the win. Gotta love our blue apples. Blue apples percent is the greatest thing of all time. Blue. Wow. Let's see.